Tuesday. We got a big night tonight on the show. Good evening, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We've got NBA playing games. We got the Hawks and the Magic. We'll stay on for that full game. We'll get you ready for game number 2 in the NBA tonight as well. So we've got a pair of games and then a full slate of Major League Baseball, which is well underway. Grizzlies Warriors coming up at 10 o'clock Eastern, and then the Hawks and the Magic will tip in about 25 minutes from right now. Foxy, good evening, my friend. Talk to me, pal. What's going on in your world? I know this is an exciting time for you. You love the NBA. Things change a lot when you're betting in the postseason, though, right? The rotation's getting shorter. The starter's playing a little bit longer. So it's a different type of betting, the NBA, isn't it?
It is. I generally a lot of times, and I put this in the core that I look at PRAs on a lot of things because the guys are on the floor a lot more. So the guy who gets 2 assists will probably get 3 or get 4. The guy who gets 5 rebounds will probably get 6 just because the increased minutes. I've always said if you're on the floor, as long as you have the capability to be on there, you got a pretty good chance to have that. You're still going to have the premium scorers. Paulo Banchero, one of the plays that we're going off today for over 44.5 PRA. He's been hitting this in the regular season for the last couple of games, 2 of the last 5. He didn't really play, but he should be the main scorer tonight. It's also where you look at the matchup difference, and playoffs are about matchups. Teams will locate the matchups, and the Lakers will learn that around when you have 18 different drives against Luka in a row. And we'll take a look at that. Dyson Daniels, I like his rebounds and assists. He's probably going to get 5 more minutes. We've been cashing this at 9.5 and at 10.5 the last couple of games, so we're going to continue to ride there. I personally took Corey Joseph at 5.5 because if he's on the floor in 5.5 points, he's not going to get a lot of shots, but maybe he gets 2 more shots. And we've been cashing this in the regular season. Again, won't be the go-to option, but again, he's going to have the best matchup with Trae Young trying to guard him. So he's going to have his chances. I like the 5.5 that goes. I've got a sneaky play that I haven't decided if I'm going to give it. I think you've got a very interesting matchup here in a Congo going up against Orlando. And of basically any of the dogs basically playing for today and tomorrow, Atlanta's the one team that I think could stay within this. But I like Orlando to win. I think Orlando and the Dubs win. I think if you want to parlay those together and call it a night, and you're not a big bettor, that's a perfectly fine action on this. I'll tell you how Memphis could win, but I'll tell you most likely it's not happening. Yeah. So other than that,
here's just from my thoughts, long time watching sports. Game 1 is the game you're going to steal if you're going to steal a game. You know, the 2 teams are feeling each other out no matter how much they played during the regular season. Again, the rotations are different, but Memphis, compared to the Warriors and the playoff experience, I just don't know if the Warriors have that letdown game 1.
No, there is no game 1 in the play-on. This is
this is it. This is play this, lose, play the next game, lose, done.
Correct. Unless you're basically playing the next game. So you've got a couple different things. So you got Atlanta and Orlando are playing as that 7-8, and Memphis Golden State are playing 7-8. They have another game, no matter what. Tomorrow's game is not that. Tomorrow's different. Is win or go home. But for both teams tomorrow. So we'll look at that more at 9 and 10. So yes, some of these teams know they have a second chance to get in this game. I think Orlando's defense and their ability to play defense now. Towards the end of the year, they weren't playing as great as defense. Their offense sometimes goes away in spurts at different times. Reese Shea can be really, really hot, or he could go 0 for 10. Congo has actually really picked up his game. And I think that's the very interesting matchup in this game is Congo versus Wendell Carter. So when you look at the matchup with them down, with the bigs down low, those guys are going to have, not that Wendell Carter is going to go off here. I don't say he's getting 20 points tonight, but I was trying to look at there. They didn't post it early in the morning, so I was looking at today. Guys like Karis LeVert coming off the bench. Orlando doesn't really have any. Their guy coming off the bench is Anthony Black. Anthony Black is a hitter there, a shooter, a lot of good defense there. But Karis LeVert could give them the 20 points. I was kind of shocked that Karis LeVert is not starting. I would have thought they would have started him instead of Ricochet. Because, yes, you want to play Ricochet to get his experience up, but the better player right now is Karis LeVert. So that was one of the things that I was kind of interesting there. But I was looking at Wendell Carter here to possibly get some points, maybe a double-double. But I just kind of question whether Paolo's going to kind of dominate all the rebounds. A Congo getting over 15 points is probably a very good look. Get his double-double, but it's juiced at minus 145. So I'm kind of seeing maybe if it's something we can get on live. But I'm probably going to take, because Karis LeVert just showed up. So I think LeVert's going to have a big say in this game. If you've been looking at his last games, he's been getting all these props. So I'm going to actually take that now because I see it now at 12.
Official?
Yeah, so I will take Karis LeVert at over 12.5 points.
All right, I'll throw it down and look for the best number.
I think he gets a ton of run tonight. I think he's going to be their consistent scorer that they need. And again, I mean, you traded Hunter away, and I don't know why, but you did. This is the kind of game that they would love to have DeAndre Hunter play in this game. So, but yeah, we'll see. But it should be a good game. I like the total. The total was 217. It's now 220. I like the over at 220. I kind of start to think you're going the opposite way. That total opened up a little bit around, so 218 and went down because you had Orlando playing better defense. But again, I like the overs in both of these games tonight. But yeah, we'll pause there. Yep.
Okay. So the best number on Karis LeVert, Atlanta-Orlando game. You've got 12.5 minus 20 at Bet Rivers. If you don't have that, minus 25 at both FanDuel and DraftKings. So Karis LeVert over 12.5 points, and we just gave you all the juice. Let me get this bet in here now. And then in Major League Baseball, we got a big night. I know you threw some plays out there, Foxy.
Yeah, I really kind of like this card tonight. I mean, I don't want to be chalk, but there is some definitely chalk plays I like. So looking at this play, I threw out Caminero over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. The first inning just stopped, so he's had one.
How do you come up with these? Seriously, how do you come up with it? Is it eyeball? Do you have an algorithm? How do you come up with it?
No, I mean, again, I watch these guys anyway, and I'm looking at box scores to see if they have. I play a lot of fantasy, so I know the quality. But I'm looking at a lot of guys, like I've said. I'm looking at their form, last couple games, who they play, who's the starting pitcher on the other side. Is it a good starting pitcher? Is it a guy who gives up a lot of hits? Is the team rolling? Are they scoring runs? Because as long as they're going to be able to get runs right now, I'm probably leaning towards that way for hits, runs, RBIs. So in expected run differential, the Rays are actually third in Major League Baseball right now. And actually in scored runs. So not in actual runs, but just in the advanced statistics. So they are playing well. He has taken really, really well to the new ballpark. It's kind of shocking since he's got a short right field porch and he's a right field hitter. So you would think, okay, he's got to go the opposite way, but he's shown he can be able to hit. So he's kind of their big thumper in their lineup. He's played real well. He's had 3 straight games of hitting his HRR. He's coming out. You're going against Walker Buehler. I hate Walker Buehler. I think the Dodgers basically just let him go, and there was a reason for it because he doesn't have much left. And he's basically come out this year and kind of shown he doesn't have much left. So looking at a chance for him to get a number of bats on a team, I expect to score 3 or 4 runs. So that's why I like Caminero tonight. Cleveland, Baltimore. I like Baltimore to win this game, but I'm not taking them at a minus 150. No. If you are, the only way you can take them is if you want to throw the Yankees in, which I like the pitching matchup, the head of the Yankees with Max Fried going against who's he going? Lugo was last night. So Waka.
Yeah, Michael Wacha and
Yeah,
Max.
it was a fade pitcher that I like to bet against. So there's a couple things that go into it. It's not just, hey, the guy's done this 3 straight games, I'm going to be on him again. It's not just, hey, the guy's going against bad pitching matchup, give me a guy. I love also guys who are in good form going against. You have to see where they're batting in the lineup too. There's only 2 or 3 guys all year that I've been on that have had anything less than a 6 or less in the lineup. Holiday, because I thought he was going to come on and he's going to carry on the hot spring and get into the beginning of the year, and of course he hasn't. He just doesn't like the month of April. He was 0 for 38 last year, and he's not that much better this year. So Orioles keep resting him on against left-handed pitchers too. So I mean, the kid's still young. He's got a long way to go, but the whole Oriole lineup's not hitting. So those are all things you got to take into consideration. Are they at home? Are they away? How's the ballpark play? Those kind of fun things. So, yep.
So let's go look at the baseball board right now. Whole bunch of games underway. We got the Nats and the Pirates, 1-0 Nationals. What was it? Wood that went deep. Mitch Keller has rebounded since he gave up the home run to Wood to lead the game off. And then on the other side, Jake Irvin, who I love targeting, has actually got 3 Ks through 3 innings of 1-hit shutout baseball. We got the Mariners on top of the Reds, 2-zip, M scoring right away. Both games that started 20 before the hour had leadoff home runs. Dylan Moore went deep. He's actually got a couple of hits early in this one. So the Mariners are up on the Reds 2-0. We've also got the Diamondbacks and the Marlins. Geraldo Perdomo with a 3-run blast. D-backs over the Marlins, 5-1 in the third, 2-0 Phillies over the Giants in the third. Real Muto went deep. Scoreless with Cleveland and Baltimore, middle of the second in Baltimore. Royals, Yankees. I know we got some action on that. A parlay tonight, top of the second. No score. Bregman has an RBI for the Red Sox. They lead the Rays 1-zip after 1. And also after 1, Braves 1, Blue Jays 0. Schwellenbach. Schwellenbacher's on the mound tonight against Kevin Gausman. That's a really good pitching matchup. Austin Riley hit his 5th home run.
The first 5 under was 3.5.
Well, that's
that was kind of the shocking thing when I looked at it. And I will tell you, there is a kind of interesting thing, and I was going to mention this last week, but I didn't. DraftKings, and it's the only place I've seen that offers this, offers pitching hits given up as a thing you can bet. So there's a lot of guys that you can look and say, okay, they're going to get shelled. I'm not going to get runs. Like looking at the Boston matchup, I like the Orioles to get a lot of hits tonight. I like them to get out of their funk. Logan Allen's metrics essentially are not that very good. He does give up a lot of hits. Whether the Baltimore can actually basically put that to fruition to equal runs, who knows? But you can bet him on how many hits given up. So right now the Orioles are up, so you can't bet it right now, but it should be right around 5 at plus money. So he's going to implode here at 1 inning. And I also kind of feel the same way for Charlie Morton, who I actually can't stand. The only issue with that is you're looking at the 2nd inning already, and he's hasn't given up. He's only given up 1 hit. So, but I have no idea what the Orioles were doing this year. It baffles me how they can take a team that should compete and just kind of go, well,
yeah. I think they missed Burns, who had a decent second half as well. Want to give a shout out to everybody in the chat. You got your best bet? Give us your best bets. Got any questions about bets? Give us a question. Or if you're just lonely and you need someone to talk to, hit us up in the chat. What up, Tommy Z? Tommy Z made his debut on Sports Grid. Good job, Tommy. Producer liked you, buddy. Don't worry about it. Everything went well. Then our man Gerardo. What is Gerardo on? Thank you for listening to our show on NASCAR Sirius XM Radio. Appreciate that, Gerardo. We got a soccer we're betting tonight. Either you or Foxy. I need to know if we got any. Is there any soccer tonight? Seems like there's always soccer.
Yeah, there's Mexican League starting at 9:00.
That place is crazy, man. I saw some highlights from Mexican soccer, like the goaltender's turning his back to the penalty kick shooter. The piss thrown on the ground. I mean, it is a crazy place to play soccer. So Gerardo will get us some soccer bets later. And if anybody has any NHL bets, you can drop those in the chat as well. But again, Karis LeVert over 12.5 points. Dyson Daniels, rebounds and assists over 10.5. Paolo, 44.5 PRA. He's going to have to get us 30, isn't he? 30 points to get there.
Get close to 30. Yeah, but he's probably going to get around 10 boards. So
okay, and that'll put us right in the mix.
Your assists are going to be the question mark. But again, yeah, that's the question of what type of game is played. Hopefully, Atlanta doesn't just slow it down. Lightning -1, I can see that. They're resting some guys tonight, though.
Paolo, by the way, that number really didn't move. As a matter of fact, yeah, the juice right now you can get at 44.5 PRA to the over at -104. The under, it's juiced to the under at -22. But I have my faith in Foxy, so I'm not worried about it. And then again, you see down at the bottom, Caminero hits, runs, RBIs. Stephen Kwan 0 for 1 hits, RBIs, and runs. And then Orioles, Yankees, moneyline parlay +133. That's pretty good. Gerardo's taking Paolo 35-8 and a few assists. He'll get us there. Christopher Comatini. What's up there, Chrissy? Lightning -1. We got our first NHL play on the board. How are you, Chris? Good to see you. If you're not already a member, check us out, nukethehouse.com. You can sign up for any plan. We won't charge you after a week. All you got to do is type in the code NASCAR is back. You get a free week. And we're a little different here. We give our bets via live betting notification. So, yeah, we got a website with a pick sheet. Yeah, we got our Discord. We throw our picks in Discord where Foxy makes them. Keg, Coop, Matty, even Zargo. Although Zargo's, he is, poor guy's got the second kid, and the first one was nice, and it slept well. No way the second one is the same. Anyways, NASCAR is back. We send the picks right to your phone. Onyx is in the house. Where's Fat Eddie? Fathead, I should say. Not Fat Eddie. Fathead. And Chrissy's doing great. So good to see that. A Kongwu over. Yes. Well, why didn't you look at Paolo points tonight? If we're going to go with the PRA, his points is 29.5.
I did.
He's basically got to get the 30 for us to cash the PRA, right?
It's got to get near there, yes. And personally, I did.
And personally, you did.
Yes.
Well, personally, I better put a bet in for Paolo then.
I mean, but there's a couple guys personally are very interesting plays that.
Well, let's hear them. Yeah, it don't have to be official plays. I want to hear your personal plays.
Okay, hold on. Let me pull it up.
You know, let's.
I'm actually trying to get this lightning bet in.
Should I just maybe I'll throw Paolo on there as my own bet then, because I was looking at his points. We're going, to get 30 points, and again, if you are on DraftKings or FanDuel or any site where they say 30 plus points and they give you the bands 30 plus points, or you can bet and make 35. Don't bet those if it ends on a 30. DraftKings, Paolo Banchero, 30 plus points, -130. Paolo Banchero over 29.5. Same freaking bet. Guess what it's at? Yeah.
Now they fix that a lot of times. Lately,
-115.
Yep.
I have not seen them fix that.
Because I see -113 on both sides right now in FanDuel.
Well, on DraftKings, they didn't, though. And I think that's interesting. And they just want to fuck you. The first thing they put up there is not the over-under points. They put the points by fives in 5-point increments. So that's my tip of the night. Now I'm gonna throw Paolo on there. That'll be a Holden play. So make sure you fade.
Yeah.
But,
I can't even find Lightning. So I thought the Lightning were holding some people out, but it doesn't look. I mean, Bergstrom's not going to play, but Barkov's not going. Lundell's not going. Reinhardt's not going, and obviously Kachuk is still injured. So, I mean, you're basically missing all of the real scorers here for Florida in this game. So, pretty good chance here for the Lightning to cover the -1. There's probably a pretty good chance for them to cover the puck line, to be flat out honest with you.
So he's down. You're down with a little -1 with the Lightning tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to tail that. I'm just trying to find it.
NBA about to tip. So again, we got the Hawks and the Magic to start. Warriors, Grizzlies in the evening matchup, and a ton of baseball. And again, if you got any NHL stuff, throw it in the chat. As always, there's a lot of sharp people in here that we trust. I will be tailing some of you tonight. if you give us a good bet. So you think that the Lightning bet's a good bet?
Yes, I like that bet a lot.
Oh, look at Onyx here. That a true last night. A Congo over 11.5. And they offered 12 plus rebounds at plus 109, I think. That's what that said.
Yeah, I question if this is going to be like. So if you look at a Congo's been a double machine, especially for the last month. I don't know if that's going to play in the playoffs. So
okay. Game lines.
Yeah, I can't find the -1s that I used to get in.
Yeah, me neither. Not at DraftKings, at least. We used to be able to get it at DraftKings, no doubt.
I'm just going to take the minus. I'll take the puck line at -1.
You're taking the puck line. Oh,
yeah.
I can't get that crazy.
I can't get that. You're going to cover the 1. You're going to have an empty net.
I'd rather take a. Oh, that's good. You were looking on FanDuel, weren't you?
Yeah,
that's what you.
I was a little questionable and kind of kicking myself last night for not taking the Kings all because they weren't playing anybody. Edmonton basically was sitting two starting lines, and I was like, okay, there was no reason that, and the Kings weren't sending anybody, and the final score was 5-0, but it was 4-0, I think, at the end of 1. And the Kings just kind of had a little mercy on them.
We are underway in the play-in game, so check that out. And then the other thing is, I'm in Arizona. Man, I get spoiled with what we got in Colorado with the amount of books that we have. They just don't have as much. The offerings aren't as good.
Right,
so it kind of sucks. But if you're in Florida, you only got 1 book, and then you got to bet offshore.
Yeah. So
different states, different places. There are some places where you don't get the books. We just got every single book where I am, man. It's amazing. But Florida, not as much.
Well, Corey Joseph got 2. Like I said, that's the matchup.
But was that a personal bet? Did you even bet that?
Yeah, I bet that 5.5. I told you that. I said I'm always going to bet it at 5.5. 5.5 is too low for a starting guard that's going to get 25 plus minutes.
By the way, I found a -1 for the Lightning. It's -154.
I'll just take the puck line.
You take the puck line or you don't bet it at this point. He probably got a really good number last night. He had to have, as a matter of fact. Smash the like button. You get a second. We are underway very early in this playing game. Playing games are fun, man. Playing games are a lot of fun. And if you lose, you can still win. You can still get in.
Well, for today's matchup, yes, because that's where sometimes I wonder where some of these teams are not into the full playoff mode in the first game. Now, I say that every playing game has always gone under. Every game last year went under.
Every one of them, every playing game.
One, yeah. And then they went way under. Now, granted, I think you had teams really come out and go after it. So
these are 2 at best mediocre teams. You're just seeing mediocre teams is what you're getting. But at least they're trying.
I mean, Orlando earlier in the year was tremendous, and before everybody got hurt, when we were talking to them as coach of the year, we were having this whole conversation, like me and Tyler, continuing to saying Mosley was doing a hell of a job, and then Paolo got hurt, Franz got hurt, Mo Wagner got hurt, and he still made them stay afloat. But it just seemed to be the second half of the season when all those guys back and you thought they'd kind of go on a run. Never really went on a true run where you saw, okay, they were really, really good. They're probably, though, Suggs is probably the one piece they badly need because they need scoring from their guards. I mean, like I said, we had their starting point guard with a line of 5.5 points. And a guy who generally gets that by hitting 2 threes. So it's kind of a joke with that. Like I put his ceiling at 8 points, like when he scores early, I generally go right back in on it at 7.5 points. I have zero issue going in on that.
All right, Paolo just got his 2 points. He's got 2 points and assists, so we're off to a decent start there with 3 points, rebounds, assists, and we need to get to 45.
Yeah, and what you want to be looking at is the pace. I mean, right now the pace is on pace for a 202 game. Granted, it's early. It's the first 30 minutes. Teams are going to be a little bit of shy, but yeah, it's all right. We got a defensive tackle already.
Paolo really turned out to be worth the pick. This kid is special. I don't think people talk about him enough. Maybe it's just in Orlando, but he's a stud.
He is, and this is one guy that I've looked to and I've compared Cooper to as well. When they sit there, I said he compares to Jason Tatum or a Paolo Banchero. He's not as big as Paolo, but they have very similar games. But his game's also very similar to Jason Tatum. So,
okay, so Paolo getting a rebound, 8-5 Atlanta over Orlando. Again, very, very early in this game. And we're going to see if LeVert comes alive as well. So we've got up 8-7 now. This should be a fun game. Again,
it should be. This is the game that I sat there and said, if anyone's going to cover, this is the game that's going to cover. And I mean, really, the Bulls game, you can't. It's a 1-point game. I mean, you could say they cover, don't cover. I mean, it's going to be a very interesting game tomorrow.
It's nice, Fox. We know who's playing. Yeah, so many guys are just sitting out the night of. That's it. We know who is in and who is out. There might be a game time decision in the playoffs where you got to sweat that, but you just know what's happening, and you know the rotations, Fox. The playoff rotations don't take you very long to figure out.
No, yes and no on a couple teams. Couple teams sometimes a little bit there, like Gafford for the Mavs is going to be interesting to figure out. Is Lively and him going to split times? Who's going to close the game? Who's not going to close the game? So sometimes trying to get these rotations on those kind of things are a little still hard to be able to figure out. But for the most part, yes, you do know the rotations. Karis LeVert, not sure how many minutes he's going to get. To me, I play more Karis LeVert than Zachary Risache. I mean, right now, Atlanta's not having any issue getting inside. I was kind of surprised about that. But right now, they're trying to play without a center. So, Wendell Carter's in there. Okay. He was hanging out in the corner. But Atlanta's got some very interesting pieces coming on the back, like Jonathan Isaac, a former top 6 pick in the draft. A lot of teams still really, really like. Has no offensive game, but can be tremendous on the defensive side. Strong, very long, very lanky, very athletic, very quick. And this is where
picks from you. I want to get some picks from you, dude. The playoffs. We've got the Lakers and the Wolves. Why do you like the Wolves?
So again, I'll break down this series there, and I broke it down already to Matt, so Matt's already heard this. From a matchup perspective of who they could play, so any of the teams they could play, this is their worst matchup. This is the team that beat them 3 out of the 4 times this year. They like, oh, Luka didn't play some of those games. Correct, 100%.
They got Ant.
They had more size those games. Ant typically has not gone off against the Lakers, which is surprising. In 3 of those games, he didn't break 19. But the other guys all did, and that's where I think the issue is matchups. I think the Lakers are probably going to go small, like Rui trying to play the 5 in an effort to try to get the Minnesota pull Gobert, which I don't think Minnesota has any issue because the guy they're going to go to is Naz Reid. And when Naz Reid comes in and that bench comes in, that bench from Minnesota is going to be the difference in this game. One, Minnesota can defend. Minnesota can defend the 3. Minnesota has size to make it very difficult to score inside. Minnesota should not have any issue scoring inside with Randall, Gobert, and Naz Reid. They could be a little streaky on the outside shot. especially with guys like Nikhil Alexander-Walker and Jaden McDaniels. But if those guys are playing at least their A-B game, they're going to be able to match some threes. I think game one goes to the Lakers because this is the one question I have in the whole series is what shenanigans does the league play? The Lakers are going to own the free throw advantage. And this is how the playoffs go in any series. This is the one thing I hate about playoff basketball. But it goes like clockwork, so it's nice for betting. The Lakers are probably going to win game one. What's going to happen is they'll probably have a 10 to 15 number of free throws attempted over Minnesota in game one in LA. Basically, Minnesota's coach is going to then bitch and complain on the afternoons. He's going to take his fine. That's what you do. And then the next game, it's going to be closer on the calls. And Minnesota will win game two. Then they're going to go home. I think they win games 3 and 4 in Minnesota. Game 5, I think, goes to the Lakers. And then I think game 6 goes back to Minnesota. Because the Lakers are going to bitch and moan in Minnesota that they're not getting any calls. So, I mean, this is the whole thing. Both coaches know it. This started years ago. Phil Jackson was kind of probably one of the first guys to do it. And this is all you do. You bitch, you moan, you take your fine. You know you're going to get your fine, and then you're going to get a more fair game. And as soon as you get a more fair game in your side, to your way, lo and behold, you're in the game. And that's where I think it's going to happen. Lakers can come out and shoot 80% from 3 or 60% from 3 or have a very hot game. Yeah, that would be a trouble for Minnesota. But I think Minnesota is going to be able to use their size, make it very difficult to score inside. I think Naz Reid is going to be very, very big this game. I think the fact that if they play traditionally, they're starting 5, they're 5. When they go to the bench, Naz Reid comes in. Who's guarding him? Alex Len? Alex Len's going to go stand on the perimeter and stop Naz Reid from hitting threes. And I think that have the bench. I even asked, everyone could say, oh, you hate the Lakers, you hate the Lakers. So I asked Gemini who was going to win. And
and what did Gemini say to you?
Gemini says, in conclusion, while the experts in betting odds favor the Los Angeles Lakers to win the series, the Minnesota Timberwolves have shown strong recent form and have a defense that could challenge the Lakers. The series is expected to be competitive, potentially going 6 or 7 games, which if you look at my bets are for the series to go 6 or 7 games.
Because of Gemini?
No. I just asked it funny because Gemini just so if you're not aware, Google Assistant is no longer available. It's been replaced. They added Google Gemini, which is the same thing the Google phone has to that you can sit there and talk to. The most advanced AI there is right now that consumers can use. Let me preference that because there is other AI that's more powerful, but it's not there. Congo for 3. He's continuing.
Paolo's got 8 PRA right now. He's got 4 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. I'll give a quick shout out to DB Gnarly. What's up, friend? How are you doing? Good to see you in the house. Anybody got best bets, questions about bets? Talk to our guy, Sean Fox, and we'll see what we can work through.
But this is what you want to do in a thing. So you want to kind of play out the series, however you have the series going. So is there some bets that I have for the Lakers to win the series? Yeah. I also have a bet for the Lakers to win game 1, Minnesota to win the series, because that's how I really think it's going to happen. Because I will tell you, if it gets to game 7, the league's not going to let Minnesota win.
You know, they've got to think about this for a second, because this year's ratings, they want to see LeBron again. They want to see LeBron and Luka. But I wonder if for the long-term good of the league, since LeBron is not really the face of the league anymore, and they're really lacking star power, I wonder if it'd be best for the NBA to see the Ant-Man and Minnesota make a run to the finals, to put him on the national stage. And they got to beat OKC maybe. They got to beat some really good teams. But I think long term, the best case scenario for the NBA would be to get Anthony Edwards into the NBA Finals and put him on display. The best thing for this year, obviously.
I think it was this year with LeBron still there. I'm just saying that if it gets to Game 7, there's
no way the Timberwolves are winning on the road.
No,
they got to win it in 6.
Yes, they got to win in 6.
So do you think it's worth going back in after Game 1 and betting the Timberwolves to win the series? Maybe in 5 and 6?
I'm planning to. Yep.
Yeah, you're planning to as well? Good. 15-14 Atlanta over Orlando. We are sweating a couple bets here. Karis LeVert over 12.5 points. He just got his first bucket. And Paolo Banchero, 44.5 PRA, over 29.5 points. He's got 5 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. So he's at 11. He's right on target. This is exactly where we need the man to be. Let me update some baseball scores for you. Pete Alonso going deep. He's hitting 357. Woo. 1-0 Mets over the Twins as they go to the bottom of the first. Alonso with his first home run of the year. Boston beating up Tampa Bay right now. We do need Junior Caminero to get on, but we've got Bregman, 2 for 2. He hit a home run. We've got Jarren Duran. He hit a home run. Trevor Story's got a couple of hits and a couple of at-bats. The Royals are up on the Yankees right now. Max Fried giving up a couple of runs in the top of the 3rd inning, Foxy. MJ Melendez with his first home run this season. And the Orioles and Guardians, the Guardians are up 1-0. We need Stephen Kwan. Hits, runs, RBIs. Not on the board yet there. He did walk, but it's 1-0 Cleveland over Baltimore in the 3rd. Was that Paolo? Yeah. No, that was Anthony.
No, that's Anthony Black.
I'm watching on my phone. It's a very small screen. If I see dreadlocks or cornrows flopping around, it's either Paolo or Black, I guess. So that's just the way I got to do it. Watching these games on my phone. This is only something I dreamed about when I was little. Like, why can't we watch games? Kids these days, I know there's a lot of tough stuff going on, but Fox, you know this. When we were growing up, you didn't get many games unless they were local. And it was really, you just didn't watch. Like,
or you had WGN.
How great would it have been to have had the option when your parents bring you to the mall for 6 hours on a freaking Saturday, just drag you by your feet to watch games on a phone all day? Like, that would have made all day at Macy's so much better. Instead, furniture, rugs,
you're looking
women's
at
clothing. Ugh, it was, and you know what? I don't think I thought about this until I just saw my parents. It's been a long time. Tim D, Sports Center was cannot miss pro. I mean, say what you want about Olbermann now, but Patrick and Olbermann, there was nothing like it. That's the best team I've ever seen. Broadcasting.
Well, you had Patrick and Olbermann, you had Stu Scott. I used to sit there and Sunday night sitting there watching Sports Center, be like, oh, do you see what he said? Oh, listen to that catchphrase.
Baseball tonight was good too. Gammons, Buster, all those guys.
Those kind of things were definitely very interesting. So Lightning are up 1-0.
Good. I don't think
early
I can get in on it though. So
Columbus.
I wasn't bet the puck line.
Columbus are still alive. They're still alive by the skinny shin of their teeth here. But they've got Philadelphia here 0-0 after 1. They must win to stay alive. Montreal must lose their last game. Columbus must win their next game. So gotta have to play that back-to-back. Actually, sorry, they played Thursday versus the Islanders, but the Islanders have kind of already shown that they're going to rest everybody.
Yeah, so Stanley Cup playoffs. For my money, give me the Stanley Cup playoffs over the NBA playoffs. No doubt about it. It's such intensity. But if you have suffered through the NBA regular season, now at least you get real basketball. And I think this is when a lot of people start watching. Maybe not the play-in games of the first round, but you'll see the second round go up. And that's why the NBA wants the Lakers, because a lot of people are going to watch the Lakers. A lot of people.
You know what JVT is calling the playoffs, right? You know who JVT is.
Yeah, Van Toble's my buddy.
Yeah. He's calling it the OKC Invitational.
I don't know, man.
He is so much higher OKC. I think there's a couple teams that could clip them up. Like one would be the Clippers. Clippers versus OKC, I think, would be a very, very.
Are they beating the Nuggets?
Yes,
I think so too. Nobody's playing better basketball than the Clippers right now.
-105. It's just the fact that Denver doesn't play any defense.
No, they're gonna have to address that in the offseason, obviously.
Again, the bench is sometimes how you win basketball games. The Clipper bench is a lot better than the Nuggets bench, unless some guys are having some career games.
Probably have a coaching advantage.
Yeah, better coach. Yep, which is big in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
They're favored. They're the -105 right now. It's no longer plus money as it was. Yep.
Oh, that's why
he does.
Fox likes Gil so much because he reads his tweets on the show.
He does read my tweets.
You should be Nuke the House, Sean Fox.
That's not my handle.
I don't even. What is your handle? I don't even follow you on Twitter. What is your handle?
Sean's Fox Plays.
Sean Fox Sports.
Sean's Fox Plays.
Sean's Fox Plays. I really don't think I follow you.
I don't even think Gil realizes that.
I am
the same guy that he came on the one time.
Oh, I'm going to unfollow you because you don't follow me. Fuck you. Holden Kushner. It's as simple as that.
Okay.
I used to have a shit ton of followers and then had to open up a new account. So we'll leave it at that. Cloonan's in the house. Tim D. What up? What up, Tim D? Good to see you. And then Pretzels. Pretzels in the house. Let's see what Pretzels got for us. What are you on, boys? John Pretzel, Timmy, Kevin, guys showing up right now. What are we on tonight? Throw it in the chat. I want to find out. Smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do. Nuke the House YouTube channel. Turn on your notifications. You'll get our live shows. You will get our YouTube shorts. You'll get a whole bunch of stuff. I basically give out Fox and Matty's plays right now. I'll mix a few in there for myself. I was on a roll on the NBA player props. Baseball too. Baseball has not been treating me great over the last week. So I got to get back on track with baseball. But that's such a grind, man. It is just such a grind.
I will say I get upset if I miss a couple player props in a row, and then I'm like, all right, I'm lowering the unit size on these.
In baseball?
Yeah. Baseball is one of those things that's just so ebbs and flows.
Yeah.
You can look at all the advanced metrics you want, and one guy's pitcher may not be on it, or the way a manager uses a pitcher. Like, I have such issues with how managers use relief guys.
You know what's interesting,
I have
too?
no idea why, unless you're going to the ninth inning, why a guy will take a guy out who goes quick work through the seventh. I was like, oh, we're going to bring in the guy in the eighth. And I'm like, but it only takes one of those guys to not be on for you to lose the game. Like,
the game changes. The game changes when it gets warm, Fox. It's just like two different, not as many runs, maybe if you're indoors, but even the West Coast at night, it's still chilly, and it will be during the summer sometimes too. But East Coast, it's Midwest, games played in the 30s and the 40s. Give it a couple of months, the games will be in the 80s and the 90s, and the ball will be flying. Pretzel's got a small play on the Jackets tonight in regulation, a quarter unit, hedge against his Habs to make the playoffs future. Okay, that's why. Chase Meredith over a half a base on Caesars, plays for the White Sox. But he had to say he plays for the White Sox. You know what? By September, you ain't going to know anybody on that team. That team, they're going to.
Chase Meredith is one of their young studs. He's just come up for 3 days. He's hit in 3 straight games. So if you can get that over 0.5 bases, that's not a bad look at all, especially.
What do you like about it, Cloonan? Talk to us. Throw us something in the chat exactly why you like it. Foxy is intrigued. Let's just put it that way.
Probably very similar to what I just said. He's one of their best young prospects. He's basically not playing a very good pitching staff. There, you're asking him to get one hit, and you're getting there. Right now, it's off the board because it's 3-3. They just tied it. Sosa went yard.
Lennon Sosa?
Vaughn went yard. Sorry, Vaughn went yard. Andrew Vaughn. He'll be on a new team soon.
Yeah. Anybody that's good should be
because Meredith's up the bat right now. So
if you like the Blues to win tonight, take them in regulation. They need to win in regulation to clinch a playoff spot. Daniel Berry, what up, Berry? Sports highlights. Good to see you in the house. Sometimes he's number one in the chat. He's not first, but he's not last. Good to see you, Barry. Good to have you in the house tonight.
And a lot of these things, I mean, this is the end of the season. Some of these teams have declared that they're not playing anybody. So you can get some very good lines.
The Oilers, right? Aren't the Oilers? The Oilers, everybody's hurt.
The Oilers, everybody's hurt, not playing everybody. They pulled the Panthers tonight, not playing everybody. Utah, for the most part, everybody's in that game. A lot of young guys, probably not something I'm going to want to stay with, but I'll see if I can get Meredith plus money. If he doesn't get it in a hit right here in the opening bet, we'll see what happens. 3-3. You got 6 runs in Chicago in the first. Soderstrom went yard for the A's, and then Andrew Vaughn went yard for the White Sox.
Yeah, and some of the other games are going to get under. Well, there's only 2 games left. We've got the Cubs and the Padres coming up. What would that be? 6:40 where I am right now. So we are an hour and 40 minutes away from that. And then the Angels and the Rangers are going to start up in a little bit. Astros Cardinals underway.
And you got the Dodgers playing the Colorado Rockies.
And the Dodgers. They don't. Oh, that's always at the top because unfortunately I put the Rockies as the team that
to fade.
I follow. They're 3-13. They just don't score. This is a historically bad offense. Historically bad. The Padres had never shut out a team in a 3-game series, and they did it in a 3-game series. Rockies did score 3 last night, so at least they're on the board, but they got a great matchup against Knack. Knack stinks, and Feltner's okay. I honestly –
Atlanta needs a TO, and I don't know why he's not calling it.
Taking the Rockies first 5, I don't think is the craziest idea.
Look at stop him. And then Niang at 3. Isaac just owning the board.
Where's Levert? What do we got? We got 2 for Levert. Paolo at 7, 4, and 5. So we'd like to see him get a couple points before he sits down. But so really, how many more minutes do you think a guy like Paolo gets in the playoffs, the superstars?
So Paolo, if you look at his minutes, I think was about 29, 32. Let me see. So he averaged 34 minutes in the regular season. That's probably 35, 36, somewhere around there. A couple more minutes. But it's going to be a guarantee that he's going to play those minutes. So some of those games where he played a little bigger minutes, but this game's over.
This game's
over. I'm telling you right now, this game is over.
The Magic are just going to run away with it?
Yeah.
Well, that sucks because we need Paolo to get there, but it's not like he's going to sit in the fourth quarter right now. But yeah, this is an ass whooping. 32-17 Orlando.
Ooh, right now, the Magic are playing and the Hawks are having major issues trying to score.
Who cares about the Hawks? Screw the Hawks. No one cares about the Hawks. Even in Atlanta, they don't care about the Hawks.
No one cares about the Hawks also because they're. So Meredith did not get a hit, so I'm going to take Meredith right now at plus 102.
Should I put it in the chat or is this a personal play because we're tailing?
No, you can give it the chat. I'm getting a better number. I'm taking my thing.
All right. Where are we in the lineup?
Meredith bats 5th. No, he's already batted. So we're in the first inning. So we missed 1 at bat. Okay. But they scored 3 runs. So they're going to roll through most of the at bats there. So he's going to get probably 4 to 5.
All right.
Yeah, he's a good young hitter. He's a lot like Wilson for the A's. So
you took his total bases or his hits?
I took him to get a hit. It's the same thing. It's just 1 hit, so it's the same thing.
What was the juice you got at?
Plus 102.
All right, let me see if I can find this then. Batter hits. Let's see the difference between total bases and hits.
Now that might be a thing. There might be a slight difference, but it's hard to find over 0.5 in game total bases.
Yeah.
A lot of times they don't even throw the guys there. They only give you 1.5. They're trying to entice you.
Oh, maybe it works too.
All right, so the live line in the Hawks thing is 13.5. Total is down 8 points, 32-17.
Let me see if I can even get this bet in. This is the other thing. You're traveling. It's like they don't know who you.
Walks don't count for total bases.
No, walks do not count in total bases.
So even if he walks, that's not a base. Now, he's played 3 games and has 3 hits. Yep. What does he mean, though? No, it doesn't. There's no book in the world that allows hit walks as a total base.
And you got that at FanDuel, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Chase Meredoth, excuse me. White Sox.
Yeah, if you have a book that Caesars includes walks as total bases, and I'll guarantee
there is no book that does that.
I'll put all my money to Caesars for the baseball season because I'll bet all my total bases.
That would be amazing. Can you imagine that?
Yeah,
that would be.
It's something everyone would think because everyone would go, "Oh, Aaron Judge cash, he walked 3 times," and be like, "Nope." That's why I prefer hits, runs, RBIs. Because if he walks and somebody else hits him in, I at least get a run for him. Where basically a walk in a total bases is just a lost at bat. Where hits, runs, RBIs, I'm still alive if he walks.
There we go. It's still even money, so I'll take it. Let's throw down a unit on Chase Meredoth.
All right.
Fuck you for not verifying my location. I'm here. I'm in a legal state. It's not like I'm stuck in Florida having a bet on Hard Rock.
Sometimes Hard Rock has very good numbers, though.
Yeah, but you're stuck on one book, and that's really tough.
Well, for me, it's sometimes very nice because then I only have one book to check. That's it. That's my number.
Yeah.
I don't have to line shop in any way, shape, function, or form.
Yeah. Here's all I'll say: you're a great bettor, and you make a lot of money. But if you line shop pre-flop, you'd make a lot more. Like some of these bets are 20 cents different.
It does, yes, and I've been trying to, but it does also take a lot more time.
It does.
And my wife is not really happy when I take all the time, and I'm sitting here at the dinner table looking at lines.
Then it's not worth it.
Yeah.
If you happy wife, happy life. Unhappy wife, unhappy life. There's a reason why that cliche is out there.
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't bet. I'm not $1,000 bettor. I've never said it there. Now, my accumulation gets there pretty quickly, but I'm not putting $1,000 on a play.
34-19 Orlando over Atlanta, coming down about 10 minutes left in the first half. Paolo's on the bench. Ron is over 44.5 PRA. Ron is over 29.5 points. He's got 7, 5, and 5 as he's sitting on the bench. Okay, we've been on the air for a little over an hour, or almost an hour. Not even an hour yet. I'll give the spiel again. Nuke the House, nukethehouse.com. We got a free week for you if you want to check out our team of bettors. We are the best live bettors in the world. Have a lot of pre-flop bets too. NASCAR, golf. We've got baseball, NBA. We bet in the NHL players. We got to get Zargo back here in a couple of days for that. So Matty on baseball, Keg, Coop, Foxy. We do just about everything here, and we do it well. NukeTheHouse.com. real-time, in-game betting notifications. That's how you get our bets too. You don't got to watch these shows. You don't got to be like Clunan and Tim and Gerardo and Pretzel and Daniel Berry. They love us. That's what that is. Now, if you don't have time, turn your notifications on. We'll send you the bet right to you. NukeTheHouse.com. Hit the code. Type it in. NASCAR is back. 1 free week. You said this game was over. I've seen runs in the NBA, but boy, this is a complete debacle for the Atlanta Hawks. This could be boring. This could get boring.
It's 2-0 Lightning and 1-0 Columbus.
Son of a bitch. Now I'm pissed off I didn't take the Lightning puck line. But again, I had to stick to my guns in this instance.
Oh, that's a call.
Where are we in the baseball streets? I'm not seeing too much as it stands. The Yankees have 2 hits, no runs. The Rays are on the board. They trailed Boston 6-1. Bregman and Duran both went deep in that game. Junior Caminero walked. So at least we got a guy on base for Caminero. If he can score, get us that first hit run RBI, that would make it a nice thing.
You also got runs galore in this A's game. It's 4-3.
Oh my God, yeah. They're going bananas. So Soderstrom, as you said, has 3-run blast. Larry Butler has a single, a walk, and a run. Rooker, single, run. And on the White Sox side, Andrew Vaughn with the 3-run blast. 4-3 A's over the White Sox. Wind's blowing out there tonight, by the way. 15 to 20 miles an hour.
That's probably what's helping this.
It's definitely helping it. I don't want to hop in on a total right now with 7 runs in the first inning plus. That doesn't make sense to me.
I took the A's. I nibbled at the 8.5.
It's still 8.5? No way. It's probably like 14.5.
8.5 for the A's.
Oh, 8.5 runs just for the A's. Well, they got 2 on and 1 out.
That's what I'm guessing. I'm hoping we can get a nice inning here. And
as long as you don't have a double play, I'll tell you on that. Not an official play, but that's kind of a fun play.
Yep.
The A's team total with the wind blowing out tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to get in.
This is not the A's team of old. They've got some guys that can hit.
Oh, no. Yeah, they're a good.
Now, Rooker, I can't say he can hit, but Rooker's got power. He's the second coming of Dave Kingman. He's lucky to bat 220, but he's going to hit about 30 home runs.
Dave Kingman will be making $100 million.
Correct. I laugh at what guys sit there and paid. I was like, Kingman would be absolutely crushing it. No, but Langoliers has been really nice. Jacob Wilson's been very good. He's been that guy that you need to get on base.
Let's go, A's.
So the other guy, there you go. A little bit of run here for Atlanta with Reese Shea hitting a 3.
How's our boy Paolo doing? He's still on the bench. So he'll come in, 6 minutes left? Maybe even before then? 7 minutes?
That's fine if there's that kind of run right now.
Yeah.
So,
he played every second of the first quarter.
Yeah. So probably around the 6-minute mark. Franz is on and Black is playing well. He's holding the line. So Black's actually off to a nice start. He's the guy that was off to there. He's got 6 points already. His line was 8.5. The only question when you wonder in these guys, especially when they come out really well in that first, second quarter, there's no guarantee how much they're going to get between that third and fourth quarter in the playoffs. Just a word of warning. So Black's now got 9. Wendell Carter for 3. He's got 6.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned about the Paolo bets. I'm concerned about the Paolo bets, given that this could be a 3.5 quarter game. They're up 17 to Magic with 7:27 to play in the first half.
Yep. Lightning power play again.
Did they have a lot of blowouts in the playing games last year too? They went under. So how many blowouts?
Everybody. So in the playoffs, a lot of times it happens. If you pick the side, they cover. There's not a lot of close games. If you're on the right side, they typically cover.
What about the East? Let's talk about a couple playoff matchups there. We'll start with the Knicks and the Pistons. This seems like an old school matchup. Pistons playing some great basketball mid-season, and then there's the Knicks. Nobody's talking about them right now. You know, it's Cleveland, it's Boston. Well, the Knicks are number 3. So the Knicks take out the Pistons.
See, I wonder.
Ooh.
Gun to my head, the Knicks are the 3rd best team in the East. They have more firepower than the Pistons do. With Brunson back, Brunson and Cunningham basically cross each other off. Towns is going to do better than Duran does. Bench-wise, they're the only question I have in this whole there. And everybody seems to like the Pistons, but I think the Knicks win the series. I just think they're a little bit more top heavy. The only question you wonder is at what series is the large number of minutes that Thibodeau makes all his guys go play every year come back to haunt them. So that's my question. I think you're going to go 7, maybe 8 men. Most nights probably 7. For that next team, which means you're just going to play McBride and Mitchell Robinson for the most part. Chua may get a couple run, but I don't think so. As long as everybody's healthy for that next team, I think there's just too much firepower, and I question how the Pistons are going to keep up with that.
A's just left first and third with 1 out, stranded. So they're up 4-3 after 1.5. Yeah. We're fine. There's a lot of game to be played there, but that was a little bummer not to get that. The Rays are trying to battle back to this thing. Red Sox up 6-1, but the bases are loaded for the Rays with 1 down in the bottom of the 4th. Fox, what were you going to say?
Yeah, the only problem is Kevin Misner's coming up the plate.
No bueno.
He's hit the ball well. I mean, he's there, but I think he's playing a little bit over his stature here, but we'll see. Hopefully he comes through here. So could be worse. Taylor Walls could be up, and I mean that's just a guaranteed out. He's out there playing for defense.
So we got what's the Dyson Daniels bet we got tonight?
10.5 rebounds and assist.
10.5 rebounds and assist, and Dyson has 6 rebounds and assists combined. 4 rebounds, 2 assists. That's looking good.
There you go. Needed that 3. Couldn't allow them to get 20.
We got to get Levert on the board a little more. He's only got 2. He has been sitting on the bench a lot. And Paolo still has not come off the bench. So they're up 15, make it 17 now. And Paolo's at 7-5-5.
So they're scoring at will.
At will. I mean, the problem with getting a team total, though, is that this could be a complete ass whooping.
Yeah, I'm not taking any total. I mean, the total's down to 220. I'm just letting that go. Wendell Carter, damn one. Look at Wendell Carter. He's got 8.
Wendell Carter has 8.
I mean, not getting any rebounds, but yeah.
No, let's get Paolo back in there. By the way,
he should come in very shortly.
Yeah.
Lightning scored again, 3-0.
Oh boy. Sack fly, 2 out. Run scores. Okay. Hey, look who's here, Ramon. Playing games since the format started. Number 7 seed gets into the playoffs every time. Number 8 seed, 5 of 8. Number 9, 3 of 8. Number 10, never.
Yep.
Number 10 doesn't even deserve to be here. Come on, man.
Well, number 10, for the most part, realizes they're not going to win. Unlike they wanted this to make this like the NCAA tournament, like Cinderella has a chance. A lot of times you see real quick that number 10 knows they're not really going to win anything advanced. It's not like that's extra money for them or anything like that. So they give it a college try, and then after that, they basically just like, all right, we'd rather try to get a lottery pick. Because it's hilarious. If you finish 10, you still have a chance to get a lottery pick.
I got a question for you. How good is Corbin Carroll? He just
Having a nice
went
bounce back. He hit my HRR tonight, so
Yeah.
it was a little juiced, but I have to take it. I have
Get
to
that out. Come on, man. Number 6, his 6th home run of the year. He just blasted it. He's 2 for 4, 5 RBIs. And it's now 10-1 Arizona over Miami. That's not an easy place to hit either.
No, I can't give out minus 140s.
You can't give out minus 140s. You're right.
But I'll take
it. Did you get anyone for a home run?
No.
I can't even remember who I took.
Well, the Rays scored.
They scored again?
They scored. Caminero gets a run, so he gets a 1 run.
All right.
And then the other guy was thrown out. So we got a sack fly, double play, but Caminero scores.
Yep. Yeah, if you're not betting the no sweat, I mean, listen, if you lose.
I definitely should have, but yeah.
If you lose, you got to bet a plus money bet the second time because you're going to lose money. That's
correct.
That's just how it goes. But boy, I really like betting these no sweats. They want to get you in the habit of betting. Oh, I took Riley Green tonight.
Yes, happy Jackie Robinson Day. Great job.
Oh, it's Jackie Robinson Day. Yeah.
Number 42 is kicking ass. That's what he was saying. He's having a hell of a day. College game.
Foxy, you like that MLB or NBA more? Props.
I like NBA. Too much volatility in baseball.
A lot of volatility in baseball. And again, it grinds you down, man. It's such a long season. This is why I don't watch baseball very much in September. If there's a pennant race and we're down to maybe the last day of the season or the last couple of days of the season, but once it's football time in September, it's football time. And then I get back into it in October, especially when there's day baseball, day playoff games. We got all the time in the world for it. And that's the other thing. Tomorrow, Wednesday, we'll have a ton of baseball games in the daytime.
FanDuel already decided that they're done with the Lightning game.
FanDuel's done. They don't want to get beat anymore. I don't blame them.
There's no lines. You can't take any alts anymore. You can't take any of those things.
Dunsky. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Now, DraftKings is not on that.
Oh, Cash Stephen Kwan. He just hit a home run.
Nice.
Put it on the board, buddy. So that's our first hits, runs, and RBIs to Cash. And now we need Caminero to pick up one more hits, run, or RBIs. And they're only in the top of the 5th, and the Rays are at home. They're down 6-2. So I will take that, pal. Let's go, Junior Caminero. Let's go 2 for 2 in baseball right now.
I like Cammy.
I was going to do the Dodgers game for the Jackie Robinson. I was going to go for the Jackie Robinson replica jersey, but things came up.
See, I need one more hit. I like the Orioles, but man, Charlie Morton's terrible.
Yeah, he's done.
A guy who could get AARP or Social Security should not be one of your top 3 starters.
Hey, I can get AARP now.
That's great. You're not playing Major League Baseball. So
no, I'm not.
Morton over 4.5 hits is almost a guarantee. The only question you worry about that is he gets shelled so much early that they don't let him in there to be able to get shelled, to be able to give the number of hits. So I need one more hit. He's got 4. It's top of the 5th, 2 men on. Let me see if they're actually going to let him pitch the next guy. Congo is the only guy really scoring at all in this game for Atlanta. And I question really sometimes how much Trae Young wants to really care and stick around for this, because I mean he's been in trade rumors time and time again.
You think he's going to check out?
I think he's checked out most of the year. If you watch some of his games, he had like 10 points. He was like, I'm just going to get some assists. I mean, the last couple games there, but he went to a stretch where he was just like,
He's just playing it out.
1, 2, 3, Cancun.
I don't think Paolo's getting there with points. I think the PRA is still in play, but the points might be Dunsky. In a 20-point game, it's a 20-point Magic lead with 4:28 to play in the first half. He's got 7, 6, and 5.
Yeah.
So, oof. We should get some Levert, though, but he just has not scored. He's only got 2 points at this point. And then I didn't have anything in a Congo. I know you guys did, but I never got around to betting a Congo. So, excuse me. If you see the bottom here, Dyson Daniels, too. Dyson Daniels is another one that we have, and he's got 7 combined rebounds and assists. We need 11.
As long as he's on the floor, we should be fine.
Yeah, that looks good.
All right, come on. Don't walk him.
Yeah, what game are you watching?
Orioles game.
You're watching the O's still.
4-0, 2 men on. They're letting Charlie Morton go out there and keep pitching. He's battling here. It's 2-2.
All right, I got another playoff series for you to break down. We had a very quick one in the Clippers Nuggets, which is fine. The other one is in the East with the Pacers and the Bucks. How's this one playing out?
The betting favorite. Oh, Morton got a strikeout. The betting favorite likes the Pacers, but again, the metrics show that the Bucks are the way to go. There's real talk that Dame is going to show up and play in this series. Different Dame is out there adding into the Giannis play, but I think the Kevin Porter trade for them was a steal, and he's shown that the last couple garbage games. He's a guy that can go out and get their points a corner. The guy used to score 20 points for Houston as their top point guard. So it's definitely a guy who can get points and really help that team. Kuzma's been solid. He doesn't have to be great. He just has to put in 12 to 15, rebound, play defense. I know there. I kind of lean. I took the Bucks to win the series. I'm waiting to hear the news on Dame and Charlie Morton gets out of it. Damn it. Well, that's another toss-up one. But again, I think we got a lot of long series coming. I don't think we have a lot of 4-0 series. And that one I could see going some distance. So I see the Bucks winning at home, and I see the Pacers winning home. Problem is the Pacers sometimes play no defense. Their bench should be better than Milwaukee's. But Porter's going to make that closer than people think, especially with Gary Trent and Bobby Portis being back. It's a very small number. I took the Bucks to win this series.
I'm going to give you another question here. Golden State's going to be favored against Houston if the Warriors win tonight, correct?
Correct. And Golden State's going to cover the 7 tonight.
So should we put that on the sheet?
Yeah, we just haven't got to it. I was waiting for that's the one play I have. So let me break down that game first.
Please do.
Moody right now is questionable to play because of a back flare-up that happened today. This is a game that's very interesting. So since they've made the coaching change, Edie's hit his rebound prop in every game but one. He has stayed on the floor a lot. To me, Edie and Jackson are the keys to the game for Memphis. Edie needs to stay on the floor, not get in foul trouble, which he's shown an issue doing his rookie season. Rebound the basketball and limit offensive boards from the Warriors and score about 10 points. So get close to a double-double, rebound the basketball. I think he gets 13 or 14 tonight. Then the other key guy is Jaren Jackson. Because if on paper, Jaren Jackson should destroy the Dubs. They should make them have to change lineups, that there's nobody else who could guard them. And his ability to hit shots outside, his ability to get in the hole, his size and length he's going to have against Butler, he should destroy them. However, Jaren Jackson does not play any game with not in foul trouble. The Dubs are going to go right after him and give him foul trouble and put him on the bench. That's the issue in a nutshell with Memphis. John Morant's going to get his 26.5 points is a lot of points, but he'll get that for Steph. Steph's not interested in playing defense and this stage of his career. You can see that he's more interested in dancing in games when he actually hits a shot than anything else. Pods is a big player versus Desmond Bain. Those guys are probably going to cancel out. Bain's probably going to have a little bit more numbers. If Moody can't go, who goes into the 3-hole is going to be very interesting to see. Vince Williams looks like he's going to get the start for Memphis. That's kind of a shakeup in some ways to try to be a little more defensively. But it's Draymond Green is probably going to get his points prop because, again, Edie's going to sit around in the paint, and Green's going to go sit at the 3-point line. So he's going to get some corner 3 looks. So I'm probably going to be looking at that. I haven't looked at actually any props because I'm still kind of waiting on who's going to play.
I threw Golden State in there, by the way, -6.5, -10 at DK. Yeah.
So I've got a bunch of Golden State money lines. I've got some at the -7. I'll take the -6.5. I do like that. It's probably one of my favorite bets of the night. I definitely think Kerr will have the guys ready to say we can rest if we can go out and win this game. And that's going to be the question. What I like from Memphis side is I gave out Edie's rebounds, which is that in the here?
Huh?
Did I not give out Edie's rebounds?
I thought you gave it out like last night or a couple of days ago.
Okay.
You gave it out.
Oh, I didn't put. Okay, I didn't put the plays that I gave out yesterday on Monday. Edie's over 10.5 rebounds and Jaws over 2.5 threes. Yep.
Yes. I mean, I don't know if you want to double down and throw it in the chat again. I tailed it yesterday. I just don't want people betting it 2 times. So, yeah, it's in there. It's in there. Let me go find it. Yeah, so you did it yesterday at 10:47 Eastern time, a.m. Edie over 10.5, Ja over 2.5 threes. Yeah. I don't know how much the juice has moved there. But, hey, listen, Trey just hit a 3. It's a 16-point game, 2:25 left in the first half. Paolo's kind of cleaning up on the assist and a rebound. He might get a triple-double here if this game stays close.
See, this is a game where I think Ja probably gets his points. 26.5 is pretty high. In this game, I definitely love this game to go over. I think both teams are going to be able to score at times. The major question that you have for Memphis is if you could tell me they would stay out of foul trouble, they're going to be in this towards the end. But I don't think they're going to stay out of foul trouble. Gerardo's got some Mexican plays.
Yeah. Oh, is he putting them in there right now? Here we go. This is a guy we tail. Sharp dude. Excuse me. Mexican League. Pachuca versus the Tigres. Both teams to score. Is that what a BTTS is?
Yes. I was so proud you got Pachuca right.
Well, I mean, I'm very good with my Spanish. I mean, I could pronounce mucho español, amigo. Although, when I was in middle school learning Spanish, my teacher, Mrs. Lewis, was from the South, and she used to go, "Como estás, y'all?" And I'm like, that's not how anybody from anywhere speaks. Nobody says, "Como estás, y'all?" Right, Gerardo? What if someone came up to you and said, "Hey, como estás, y'all?" No, that's not how we're doing it. So let's see here. The Mexican League. Liga Mexico, correct?
Yep.
Pachuca. Then I got to go find where do you find both teams to score?
Game props.
Game props. Okay. Both teams to score -25 at DraftKings. I guess I can get a better number elsewhere, but let's do that. And then
Gerard's generally in Bovada, so that's generally what he's quoting.
Okay. And then both teams to score, and then Chivas Guadalajara to win. Guadalajara Chivas -200, and that pays a +176 price. All right. Bets are in there, Gerardo. Let's go, amigo. Como estás, y'all?
So let's also talk. We got playoff Jimmy. So everybody knows playoff Jimmy. Jimmy plays a little bit higher. That's kind of, I guess, the move to go to Vince Williams. to try to, again, limit what Jimmy's going to play against there. So Jimmy's line is 21.5. He has hit this in his last 3 games. I think I'm going to nibble that. I'm going to take that for a half unit.
What are you trying to take?
Points over 21.5.
All right, let me see the best line. Should that go in the chat, or is that a personal play?
Yeah, that'll go in the chat. Yep.
All right, give me 1 sec. I'll try and find the best Jimmy Butler prop price for you. Unabated is not being very nice right now. They're taking their sweet ass time. So it might take a minute to get the Jimmy Butler in there, but I'll throw it in the chat for everybody.
Going off here. Hopefully we can get to around 105, 108 points maybe, and not be totally dead on this over.
Well, let's see here. Yeah, Paolo's just not scoring tonight. He's just doing a little bit of everything. Junior Camanero's up with 2nd and 3rd, and he was just retired. So Junior does not want us to get this hits, runs, and RBIs, but he still has another at bat or 2. Jimmy Butler, here we go. Half a unit play. Best number you can get on Jimmy, 21.5 minus 22 at FanDuel. Actually, 21.5 minus 15 at Bet Rivers.
Okay.
21.5 minus 115. Hold on a second here. Yeah, at Bet Rivers.
Yep.
0.5 units. That's not a big points prop for him. He should be going ape shit. Is he? How much is he asked to do here as opposed to when he was with Miami? Totally different situation, obviously. Oh, he's on the phone. So never mind. We'll get him in a minute. We'll get him back in a minute, and I can ask him the same question. All right, I'm going to ask you again.
All right.
Jimmy Butler, obviously a different situation, but what's his usage like here compared to Miami? And what do you think it'll be in the playoffs?
I think that's where he'll ramp up his usage. So, I mean, he's going to be the guy who'll do whatever they needs to win. The only thing they can defend against is size, but that size is going to have to stay on the floor. So, but I think I think it's going to be him and Curry as your main scorers. I don't think they're trying to score 25 points.
We got about 4 official plays for this game now.
Okay. I'm not so worried about 4 plays.
The Edie, the Ja, the Jimmy Butler, and the Warriors money line. Or the Warriors minus 6.5, I should say.
Okay.
Definitely not the money line. Smash the like button. You get a second. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Nuke the House. 16-point lead for the Magic, 59-43, about 90 seconds, a little less than 90 seconds to play in the first half. That is where we are right now. We need the Hawks to stay in this. All right, good. They're down 14. 14 points we can handle. Levert needs to get going.
Yeah.
Dyson Daniels has 8 rebounds plus assists. So he's just about where we need him to be. And Paolo's got 9, 6, and 6. This is just the points are dead. And if my question is if the points are dead, is the PRA dead? Nothing's dead yet.
Yeah, I mean, again, if he doesn't get anywhere near the points, the PRA is not happening.
Yeah, they're both.
He's not getting a 25 rebound night. That's on that night. Columbus is saying, I will not go into the night. I will not give up without a fight. 2-0.
Let's go, Blue Jackets.
Yep, and Blues are up 2-0.
We need you, Blue Jackets, really badly.
Yeah.
Oh, Juan Soto homered in back-to-back games. Signature off of one knee, his back knee, and he just drilled it. So Soto's getting hot. Of course.
Yankees have bases loaded within. They scored once already.
Yankees have bases loaded? Okay.
Yep.
Well, they got to run across. That's what we need.
But yeah.
Matt Bush
kills everybody's first 5 unders with a 5-run bottom of the 5th.
What do you think of Michael Bush hits, runs, and RBIs over 1.5 tonight against Vasquez? Bush was hit really good in Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, I'm not a big Vasquez guy, but I guess Bush is in the lineup. So Bush is batting 4th tonight. So they've kind of moved him around. He's hit this in 3 of the last 4. Let me look at the righty lefty he has for some matchup. Yeah, I don't mind that. What number is he getting?
-15, I think.
Yeah, it was -15. I'd take it. Yep. 5-3 A's. So another run for the A's, 5-3.
Right.
2 men on, 1 out.
What inning? 5th? 4th?
3rd.
3rd? Even better. Michael Buch. Oh, he's -140 on FanDuel. I don't know if we can get that 15 still. Let's see.
FanDuel wouldn't be there, so the 15 would only be really available on DraftKings.
DraftKings?
FanDuel is terrible and hits, runs, RBIs. Just terrible.
They don't want to offer it. But they do, and they give you such juice. I don't know why they don't want to offer it.
Well, they didn't offer it before, and then they started it like after the first week. And the numbers have been just terrible there. So,
all right, Bush is now -125, but I'm still going to hit it.
Yeah, I'll take that.
That's on the cusp, but let's go Michael Bush. Get it done, bro, Chacho. Hey, drop your best bets in the chat. You got any questions? If you're bored and you don't know what to do with your life, you can ask us life questions as well. Television, movies, etc., etc., etc. I'm watching season 1 of White Lotus right now, and I must say it's better than the 3rd season. It's funny.
How are you going backwards?
Because the first time I ever knew it was on, Casey, she told me, hey, you got to watch the series. So I watched the series with her. I'm like, I like it. Now I'm back on season 1.
You got to be watching The Pit with her. That's the show you have to be watching.
That is with The Pit. That's a middle of summer thing when nothing has come out. When there's nothing else to watch but baseball.
Bullshit. The Pit is going to win. Like, absolutely believe it's going to sweep the awards. It is such a good show. They're calling it one of the best shows of all time.
Who's there?
The reviews, the avenues is one of the most watched shows for its season finale.
Season 2 is coming back. Season 2
is coming back July 4th. Yep, they're gonna take.
I gotta get this in before then. And it's on BET and BET Plus.
It's on Max.
Yeah, but this says I could stream it on BET Plus for $1. But I do have Max, so I'm probably not going to do that.
Couldn't tell you what all what BET Plus is. I'm just going to tell you, I'm not sure I've watched any episode of anything ever on BET Plus.
Dr. Michael Rabinovich. Okay.
Yep.
That's not typecasting.
Such a great show.
Okay.
I started the Neighbors. What's that? Our Friends and Neighbors. Have you started with John Hamm on Apple TV that just came out?
No. Isn't he a bad guy, though? He's been a bad guy lately.
He's a guy who's down on his luck who ends up robbing his fellow douchebag friends when he loses his job.
You know what's weird? I haven't met like 50% of the people I consider friends in person. That's wild, man.
Well, that's the thing like this. So we were doing Discord forever, and I was like, who's the guys y'all talk to besides there? And I was like, they're always like, hey, have you met these guys? I was like, no, but I've been talking to them for about 8 years now. So
yeah, right. I feel like I know Keg, but
I have done a lot of like live streams and stuff like that, and there's texts that go on in and out of Discord. So yeah, similar to what I do with my own friends right now. Like most of my friends are in Florida.
Paolo just decided to take a shit tonight and not score. So
I will tell you,
Yankees took the lead.
I cannot excite for we got less than 10 days now till the draft. Yeah, I cannot wait. I will be at a draft party next Thursday. So
you're not going to hop on and do the draft with us? That's unfortunate.
No one ever said anything about that. And
especially since you got so many bets out there, Fox.
Yeah, I'm loving this.
Whose house are you going to?
I go to my friend Laws.
Who?
Law is short for Lawrence.
Law.
Yes.
Okay. You go to his house.
He has a draft party every year. We go down, we talk crap. He's got a family member that's inside an organization, so he's generally pretty up top. He does his own scouting department for that organization, different reads, different things of that nature. So yeah,
it's a very interesting, Fox. I usually don't watch the draft, and I will just go through and look at everybody that got picked.
Oh, my wife knows it's a 100% 3-day event of. I used to have all 3 days to be able to sit there. She knows, don't ask me. I'm going to watch the draft. I'm going to watch it Thursday night. I'm going to watch it Friday night. And I used to watch the whole thing on Saturday. Now, as I've gotten older, the Saturday thing has kind of wavered. I keep track of it on the phone. But yeah, it's there. So I love the draft. Tampa Bay's up 4-0.
Yep. But we don't have any bets on the Rays. That's just
now it's 4-1. Florida just scored. No, I'm talking to hockey.
Oh, hockey. Okay.
Lightning are up 4-0.
All right, so that bet.
Baltimore Yankees bet is not going to happen because Baltimore cannot beat Cleveland.
No, I can't believe we bet on Charlie Morton, man.
Yep. The White Sox are answering back with bases loaded.
Seriously, what were you thinking backing Charlie Morton? I'm an idiot for tailing that bet. I'm the idiot.
Charlie Morton did good until he got winning. He sucked. I did kind of think, hey, it was cold here. The ball wasn't going to carry. He was going to be able to somehow get through 5. And he started off well, and then he collapsed. The White Sox are trying to add to that 14.5 total here at 5-3. Bases loaded. Meredith walked again. Walked for the first time.
God damn it.
Doesn't get a hit. So, but that puts bases loaded. So we shall see.
Yeah. Have you seen Bill Belichick's girlfriend hanging out at North Carolina Prep? What's going on there? Is she part of the staff or something? Is she like a fluffer? What's her deal?
I don't know. He probably living with her.
Viper's in the house. What up, Viper?
He's probably living with her. I mean, that's.
I mean, he's got free reign.
Yes.
He's at college, so it's not like the NFL. But you know, all of those college kids who are in great shape are just like
they are. They probably also all can't wait to do a lawsuit and be set for life. So bringing your own younger piece is probably the smartest thing, one you can trust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then again, I mean, yeah, your football career is done unless you're like an elite player and you get with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Oh, Santander hit a home run. It's first of the season. Good job, buddy. Way to go. Happened a few minutes. She gave Pete
the entire season. He looks like he was basically eating 150 million.
Yeah, 100%. They were at halftime of the playing game. We'll watch the second half unless it's a complete shit show. And then we might not watch too much of it here on the show. 61-47, Magic on top. Paolo's got 9, 6, and 6. We've got Dyson Daniels with 9 rebounds and assists. We need him to get to 12. Levert's got 2 points. We need him to get to 13. So might be how many bets did you put down for this game? Might be a 1 or 2 night.
I hit Corey Joseph 5.5 personally. So that's there. Paolo, I have Anthony Black 8.5, so that's already cashed. Daniels 7-2, so we're almost there. I hit Levert. We're missing on that, obviously 2 points. We'll see what happens in the second half, who plays more. And then I took that teaser on Young for 20 points and 10 rebounds, 10 assists, but I don't think that's happening. So, okay. I mean, I've got the over on this as well. That's a jeopardy, but at least we got to 108. So I was quite happy we at least got to 108. the way this thing kind of started off. So
and I'm gonna watch. I'm turning on the Oakland Chicago White Sox game because we got the over 8.5 team total for the A's, and there's not a lot of people at this game, as you can imagine. Leadoff walk, we'll take it. Let's go A's. Let's get it going.
Viper says she's there to give PT to all the recruits.
Do you know what PT means?
No, but I have a feeling I could guess.
What's your guess?
Physical therapy. A different type of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I need you to tell me exactly what PT is.
It's not anything I'm going with.
Physical training?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Playing time?
One-on-one interaction. Yeah. Playing time actually works.
Yeah. She can give some playing time. That's what she calls it. I don't know. Like for her, the right move would be to, because she's now like a cougar for these college kids. The right move for her would be to get with the quarterback if he has a shot at the NFL. And then
North Carolina's roster?
Yeah, so it's not going to happen. No, I have not looked at the North Carolina roster. I've looked at it, Bill Belichick's girlfriend a lot more than that.
Here, I'll pull that up.
I mean, Gronkowski and Edelman were just crushing him for it. It was hilarious. But good for him, man. I'm sure they have a lot to talk about. Grandpa, what was it like back in the 1960s when you were 45?
Some women are very like, okay, I say this and I say, like, my daughter's always been more mature for age. Yes. So she carries on conversations without any chance with that. So, I mean,
every day speaking to someone 40 something years older than you, you think you're going to have stuff to talk about? Married couples have problems talking about things and they're the same age. What the hell are you going to do after that long?
Yeah.
Like, what do you talk about your wife? You've been with your wife your whole life. What the hell do you guys talk about? Seriously, at this point.
Most common conversation. What do you want for dinner? What do you want for food? What are you there? We try not to talk politics because we're on opposite sides.
I am too.
I try to at least tell her to read both sides at least.
I'll say this. I think it is really,
and I can't stand the news.
It is not easy being with someone that is in like completely the opposite, polar opposite of you when it comes to politics. But
I will admit what one side does wrong, she won't. And I try to sit there and say, at least read the other side.
That's what I do.
Happening. Don't just sit there and listen to what the news said.
I know which side she's on then.
You watch 5 minutes into this, I can go, okay, this is supposed to be the news. It's not supposed to be an editorial. This person has used 7 different things of her own opinion and agenda to sit there and say, this is what it is. Like 125% tariffs. This is there. It's like some of this is relax. But and there's different things we understand. So she understands. Now, again, she's at a school where there's probably a majority over 50% that are children of illegal parents. And that's what pays her salary. And she tells me that at times. It's like, well, they kick them all out. Guess what? That school, the population comes down and we either don't have a school or I don't have a job kind of deal. I don't think that would ever be the case, but there is a direct relation that she sees more one-on-one closely, the effects of this versus there. Like they had the day it first happened, there was so much fear that these kids were all going to be ripped from school that day when they announced that they were no longer sanctuary places, that they had like 40% of their kids showed up for school.
Well, they're just lulling them.
They just all kept them at home just in case.
That's wild.
And it was kind of say, relax. And but it's so much more of that conversations that they deal with. Like
Dude,
then
I can't talk to her about it. I just can't. She brings it up, and I'm just like, I can't. It's the one thing that we cannot. We can talk about literally anything. I do not want to talk about politics with her.
she does a little bit better with me because I'll sit there and say that was stupid. Like he'll do something that was stupid, or the Republicans will do something that was stupid. I'll literally say, "Yeah, I don't agree."
That's what I do. I just everything's completely. I'll be like, "Yeah, you're right." Why get in the fight?
You've got to look at things on both sides, and I mean that's what it is. I mean, being with a woman for a long period of time is us there, but again, most of those years where we had 2 kids around, 2 kids were highly involved in sports at school, so we talked about talking to them and coaching one of them and different things of how to improve that kind of stuff. And I mean, it's all kinds of things, but we talk a lot. We talk a lot about our shows, not as much as me and my daughter. My daughter will go through and critique different reality shows and game shows and those kind of things, or dramas. But yeah, me and her would just enjoy our shows, and yeah.
Gerardo, my wife's. We talk about what she wants to eat and what time she's going to work.
Well, I know what time she's going to work, and she does watch the pit. That's great. That is definitely good to hear. So I am trying to go through and actually give like betting things. So I'm looking at some possible.
Oh, you're going to start talking betting again?
Well, I was going to see a couple things and kind of.
I just want to know what it's like in Fox's house on Valentine's Day. How much romance?
No, I hate Valentine's Day. I hate Valentine's Day. Well, the biggest thing that gets me in trouble every year is Mother's Day.
Oh, yeah? Why?
Because Mother's Day is for my kids to buy something for their mother.
Okay.
Because it's Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Not for the husband to buy something to his wife because she is a mother. That is
not
something
according to her.
In the last 10 years that it was like, oh, you have to sit there and that. But I mean, Valentine's Day to me, I grew up in a family where my dad did the same thing every year, and it was perfectly fine.
Did you just call it Valentine's Day?
Valentine's Day.
Valentine. Use the N. I worked with this guy, Tim Grunhard. He was the center for the Chiefs for when Montana was there, and he used to call it Valentine's Day, and it drove me fucking up the wall. Up the wall, Fox.
There are things my wife doesn't have a lot of outside activities like besides like hiking, stuff like that. So in February in Maryland, there's not a lot you can do. Like you're not, unless you're going to take her away, but with her job, that's not really happening. So less Valentine's, like we went to Atlantic City for the weekend before, and we've gone to New York and those kind of things.
Atlantic City for Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is before we had casinos in Maryland.
Oh, yeah.
She likes, one of her favorite things to do is to play slots, which can't say she's very good at, but she is very good at it because it's not something you actually do get good, but she's very lucky. Yeah. So she gets comped all the time. We get comped every single time we come up there for a substantial amount. So it's one of the things she likes to do. So we did that. I mean, she likes to be outdoors and stuff like that. But in February, you're not doing that. Again, and when she's got to work the next day. So, yeah.
All right. Oh, my God. Did Bregman just do it again? Holy moly. Bregman's hit his second home run of the night. He's 4 for 4 with a double, 2 homers, 4 RBIs, and 2 runs. So if you had Alex Bregman going ape shit tonight, there you go. His OPS just went up about 200 points this evening. That was a damn good signing. And guess who's at DH and guess who's at third base?
The question, what you got to wonder with Bregman signing is, and a lot of guys that do this, older guys when they change teams look good in April, May.
And he's only 31.
Correct, but he has
that old.
He has wear on his tires. He's been playing in the league since he was 21.
Buyer beware. We taking the Hawks at plus 680. No. He's not. Bregman's not that old. He's 31. He's fine.
Okay. All right, so it's 5-3. We did actually get to the bottom of the fourth inning now in this White Sox A's game.
Yeah, and then Camanero's coming up. I think he's leading off the bottom of the seventh for our other baseball bet. Junior Caminero.
Yeah, so my pitcher in fantasy got shelled, is what you're telling me.
Which
Ryan
game?
The Rays game.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 innings, 6 runs. He just still got 8 Ks. Red Sox strike out so much.
So much. That's a boomer bust offense early in the year, too.
Correct. It's one of the teams that are leading the league in strikeouts. So let's see how my boy Ben Rice is doing. 0 for 3, and he's up to bat.
Yeah, he's a stud, man. All right, let me hit the bathroom break. We got the second half of the Magic and Hawks starting up just in a second. I'll be back in a sec. Smash the like button while I'm gone.
Couple things I was looking at that I took personally in this game. Levert's at 7.5. I think he's going to get some play. I took Anthony Black to score 13, which is for him to score 4 more points. If this does get out of hand, he's going to get more playing time. He's still going to get a lot of time anyway, because they like to play him and close him out in the fourth quarter over Joseph. So we'll see. I'm interested to see if Trae Young tries to get a little bit more involved here. He did have 10 points in the first half, but for this team to be a little closer, it's got to definitely get a lot more. How many steps did he take? I was getting ready to take his third. All right, so we got Daniels, Trae Young, Ricochet, Okongo, and Mahamiki. Trae Young for 3. He bricked that badly. At least Palo got the rebound. Joseph and his 5.5 points, which you should take every game that they're going to give you 5.5 points for a starting point guard. There's KCP out to Joseph, who hits another 3, so he got his 8. So Joseph has 9 points tonight. So again, 5.5 is a joke. The only problem is he's not going to get 5.5 for the next game. FanDuel actually has an error right now that allow you to take Joseph at 8.5. Okay, now they fixed it. Even though he has 9 points. That's the one thing I miss in offshore books. Like, if you had a stat wrong on offshore, a lot of times they wouldn't even catch it. Be like, all right, well, this guy's needs to score 14 and he's got 15. And be like, all right, I'm just going to keep hitting that. Trae Young's going to try to draw the foul. Throws one up there. And this is really interesting. You see the Magic are not playing with any pace right now. Yeah, I don't know how, if you're going to call this a foul, which I hardly think it is, but because he jumped into him, I don't know how it's not continuation and you give him 3 ratios. Columbus still up 2-0. All right. Trevor Story still pitching. Sorry, Trevor Story still up, not pitching. Got 40 minutes away from that game. Baltimore not doing anything. First a pitcher that's been shown to be able to be hit around, but Cleveland got through it. And Congo gets the dunk. And this is what Atlanta wants to do. Just kind of muck this game up, look like you're not really catching up, and just slowly but surely cut into this lead. But I think they're going to have to do that with not playing with pace. Oh, terrible. Wendell Carter, who's limping down the floor after the dunk. That's not good. Definitely looks like he blew a tire. Is there something wrong with his shoe? Yeah, Wendell Carter's in some pain. Yeah. He's trying to fight through it, but you can see he's limping, and he is in some pain. Oh. Now he's looking at the bench. This might be it for Wendell Carter tonight. So how much can Trey kind of push this pace here for Atlanta? What's his quarter prop? Totally didn't look at that. I should have looked at it. He's not available in quarter prop. Paolo only just scores 6 in the quarters, minus 125. It typically is not that. All right, Atlanta. That's what we need. Make it somewhat of a game. They've cut it to 11.
Ooh, we got game.
Yeah, Trae Young was scoring 6 points already in the first 3 minutes.
Maybe we can get to double overtime and Paolo can get his points.
I don't think he's made a shot. He's scoring 6 points off from the free throw line.
Yeah. Trae Young is just fucking. He cares, man. He cares now. All right, let's go look at the Rays. Our boy Camaro's coming up.
Yeah, the only problem.
He was out. No. Yeah. They're 9. He'll have one more at bat. So Junior needs to get going. The Hawks really came out and played here off the bat.
We'll see. It's 13 points. They're only 1 point off the halftime.
You're right. I got it down to 11, now 13.
Carter's a little shaken up already. He's playing on a bad wheel. He's got 12 and 5 right now. He was my sneaky double-double.
Hey, smash the like button. You get a second. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Nuke the House. We give you real-time in-game betting notifications if you're interested in that, so you don't have to watch the shows. All of our cappers, Kegger, Coop, Zargo, Matty, and our guy, Sean Fox. You'll get their plays via live betting notifications. Go check us out at nukethehouse.com. If you sign up for any plan, we will not charge you after the week unless you want to be charged. The code is NASCAR is back. NASCAR is back. And Matty's going to be with Fox tomorrow.
Yep. Daniels has got 10 for 7 and 3, so we just need one more for Daniels.
Did you take any futures for the champion? Or you probably have futures in the NBA from this season, but anybody you would bet now to win the NBA championship?
Well, here's what you want to do. You want to map it out. So map out who you think is going to win. So let's take a look at what Ramon said. So every 7 is going to go through. Probably 8 or 9 is going to go through. If you sit there and take the matchups, who do you think is going to play? So let's say what I have. And I'll even do it with the Lakers as your bet. So we're going to say OKC advances versus whoever makes it for the 8th seed. I like OKC to advance. So OKC advances. Your number 2 seed, Rockets, Golden State. I like Golden State. I think the only question I wonder that is going to be size inside in Sengun, but Sengun is really not that big, and Draymond has been able to play him before. And and they question of having a true score to close games. So based on the Dubs having 2 closers in Butler and Curry, I'll take the Dubs. So now I've got the Dubs advancing as the 7th seed. 3 seed, we'll say the Lakers win. We'll just say it there. So the Lakers will play the Dubs. If that's the case, I like the Dubs over the Lakers. I think that'd be a very interesting season. I would love to see what the totals would be in that, because I think they'd have to be 230, 235, even though Luka plays so slow. I think both those games would be crazy, because I think for the most part, defense would be an afterthought. Both teams give up outside shots and just kind of hoping you miss. And the Dubs would be able to take advantage of that hope you miss defense from the Lakers. So now I'd add the Dubs on one side. We talked about OKC being the 8th seed, then OKC playing the 4th seed. So the 4th seed in this case is, who's the 4th seed? Clippers. And I think that OKC Clippers match is very interesting. That's where I think, if you're going to take the Clippers to win the West, because that's going to be a great sign. Even if you do that, you'd have a chance to hedge off, or Clippers to make the Western Conference game, because OKC is going to be favored in that game. But I think the Clippers match up very, very well versus OKC. They have the size. They have scoring. Kawhi has been showing that he's probably a top 10 player still in the NBA. The last month, Harden's been playing really, really well. I think it would be a very, very interesting series with there. But personally, I think it's OKC, and I think OKC would then play Golden State, which I have OKC beating Golden State. And in the East, it's the Boston Cavs waiting to get to the finals. Really, that's the rest of this is kind of hot garbage. Some interesting teams, some rising teams, but I don't think can win a series. I think they can win a couple games. I like a lot of these series to go over. Like I said, I don't see a lot of these teams, barring basically the Celtics. I think the Celtics will take quick work of whoever they match up with. In that case, I think the Cavs should basically do that there. I think if it is the Magic, which it looks like it will be, I think that's going to be. I think the Magic will be able to win a game, but I think the overall the Cavs will be there.
Game.
Yeah,
that's about it, huh? Just one. So here's an interesting note on tonight's Warriors Grizzlies game. It opened at 7.5. It's down to 6.5. 60% of the bets and 69% of the money on the Warriors. The total has dropped 4 points to 227.5.
Well, most of that's happening because of this game.
Yeah.
Because you're watching all the other games. Well, I honestly believe that, because you're watching
game. It's a 7-point game.
You're watching all the not because of the total in this game. You're watching all the history that you have. And in this game, this was one of the games that people loved the over. And it was high there. And then you're saying all the other plans, people loved the over as well, and they all went under. So you're watching that, you're looking at that, you're getting ready for the next game, and you're like, oh, shit. It might be the exact same thing. That we like all these overs, but really push comes to shove. Defense starts to pick up. Guys play a little bit easier. Don't give up easy baskets. Refs aren't calling a foul every single time. You're not getting the free throw line as much. Yes, it's a 7-point game. This is
Cash Dyson Daniels.
That was 1 for 8. Yeah, Dyson's got 13. So yeah, we blew by that 10.5.
Paolo's gonna lose and Levert's gonna shit the bed.
I don't even know why Ricochet's still on the floor. I really don't.
I mean, they're within 6 now, man. The Hawks are within now 8. The Hawks are within 8. Paolo finally decided to score.
Yeah, because he's 2 for 9. I mean, this is the thing. But I've watched plenty of Paolo games where he's exploded here. He's still going to get around 20 points in this game.
We'll go look at his live total then.
That's what I'm doing.
You think it is? You think it's like 19.5?
No, it's 21.5.
At FanDuel?
Yep. Plus
let me shop around.
Now it's 20.5. I'm also looking at Franz Wagner because I've seen plenty of games where he had 2 and ended up at 20.
All right, let's see where we are here.
Muhammad Yee.
Live player points. Paolo, 20.5 minus 30. Franz Wagner, 16.5.
The bench here. That's kind of one of the things I'm looking. Joseph misses the 3. That scares the books if they remove his prop.
And then
more point.
Let's look at 20.5 minus 30. So yeah, it's 21 at this point. And it's the juice too on top of that. They're taking too much juice.
Yeah, it's 14, now it's 18. It's moving around. Yep.
All right. Well, no Paolo again. I don't want to triple dip on him, but if you gave the bet, I would.
I'm not. I'm holding off.
We're going to stay away from the Boncaro, man. Okay.
I'm still
People
interested.
still call him Banchero, do you think? Or do they know enough that he's Boncaro now?
I think he's popular enough that he's Boncaro now, yes.
Okay.
I'm trying to see who the Magic are going to go to here when Paolo gets out. I mean, Trae Young's still bitching and moaning. He's only getting the free throw line every 5 minutes. I mean, most of his points this half are from the free throw line. LeVert's back in. So I think right now Wagner at 14.5, it's juiced. I'm waiting to see if he can get a minute here and not score.
While you're doing that, I just want to tell everybody that Netflix is coming out with the greatest fucking documentary ever. And it is Javaris Crittenden and Gilbert Arenas. And that's when Gilbert Arenas took a shit in his shoe and Javaris Crittenden pulled out a gun. And then a few years later, Javaris Crittenden committed murder. This is going to be amazing. Wow. And I was in D.C. on the radio when that happened.
How is this amazing?
It's amazing. These idiots. The guy takes a shit in his teammate's shoe and the teammate shows up with a gun.
Well, I mean, that's what got Arenas.
What up, Razor? How are you, Razor?
Pancaro can't seem to find it.
Is Austin G crazy for loving the Bulls?
And Young again. Young is carrying them down to 4-point game. Holy cow.
All right, I just want to throw this up here. Buyer beware. Are we taking the Hawks at plus 680?
It's not
680. Not anymore. It ain't 680 anymore. But he asked the question. And then Razor's in the house, and then Austin wants to know, Foxy, am I crazy for loving the Bulls tomorrow?
No.
You're not crazy.
Are you crazy for picking the Bulls? Yes. For loving the Bulls? No. Because I think you can play that game 10 times, and I think it's 5-on-5. Josh Giddey's going to have to be on for that game. But, I mean, if you look at it, Bam should have a great game. Vucevic should be able to get a double-double that game. He should be locked in, ready to go. Kobe White's been really, really off the last couple of games. He cannot be off that game. Tyler Hero is got there. I mean, the question I have is kind of looking at the Miami bench. Who's going to score? So I'm waiting to see who's going to play. There's what Pancaro should do. Goes to the hole. He finally gets a call. Let's go to the line. Let's put some points up. So loving the Bulls, no. I mean, there's a reason it's 1. I think that game is a total toss-up. I have not bet that in any way, shape, function, or form. I can see either team winning. But I'm going to be on some props. Definitely going to be Pancaro's bleeding all through the head.
Sweet. Love a good blood bath. Yeah, man, that stuff's dripping down from his head over his eye.
Oof. Now they're going to pause the game to see if they can get the blood taken care of, get it up.
He doesn't seem fazed by it.
No, it's really just kind of a scratch, but yeah. you got to get the blood stopped in order to take that, and he's got to be able to take the free throw.
It's true.
So fine, you're gonna put the glue in.
All right, there's one other bet that I'm really sweating tonight, and it's a big one for Matty, our lead MLB capper. He's got the Reds -1, and then he has the Padres coming up -1 against the Cubs. That could be a toss-up there, but the Reds are up 6-4 in the bottom of the 8th. So if we can get the first one home, I will be watching the Padres game tonight. And likely, because we got that at 7-1, likely not going to watch too much of the basketball game because I think it's going to be an ass whooping.
Let's see it. I do. I would be very interested to see how if they can stay out of foul trouble.
You know what kind of screwed us right now is the Rays, man. Top of the 6th, they're up 5-3. The good news is that the bullpen for the White Sox is still as bad as it's ever been.
Oh, the A's, not the Rays.
Huh?
You said the Rays.
Oh, yeah, A's, not the Rays. Yeah, we need the A's to get to 9 runs. I don't think it's impossible.
No. Definitely don't think it's impossible.
But the two teams just went bananas early. So Paolo's got 12, 8, and 6. Can he get us 18 PRA in the last 15, 20 of the game? The answer is yes. It's a long shot. But he just missed a free throw. He's just having a horrible shooting night. What'd you say he was, 2 of 9? Here he is, 2 of 11, 0 of 3 from 3, 8 of 10 at the line.
3-point game. The Magic are getting these lulls right now. I mean, granted, Caleb Houston should never be shooting a shot in a playoff game.
Trae Young's got 22, 71-68. I mean, put it up here again. Buyer beware. I hope you hit that 680 because we didn't. I still think the Magic win this game.
Steal, Krejci, who threw it right to LeVert and he wasn't looking.
Well, Razor, there's a reason why the Padres are 11-0 at home and they're not favorites. Imanaga's on the mound. The dude's a complete stud. The Cubs have been playing the best baseball in baseball. The Padres, the top 5 of the Padres order is damn good.
They are, but if you actually look at their advanced metrics, especially their pitching wise, they should not be doing as well as they're supposed to be doing.
Padres or Cubs?
Padres. They should have more losses.
Yeah, it's going to be, but they are at home.
You look at their xFIP, you look at their balls in play, you look different things of that nature, and they're grossly succeeding their numbers. So they should have a couple more losses.
I got a bit in mind. Keg has to come on this show, and we have to give him baseball stats, and he has to figure out what they stand for. And I will guarantee you, he might get ERA. He might. You think the Padres get smacked, Razor? I mean, it's possible, dude. We're on Michael Bush, hits, runs, RBIs over 1.5. Outside of that, and then I'll probably end up hedging. That's why I'm going to watch it. If I need to hedge and make some money that way, I will. But again, there's a lot going on. A's just scored.
Yeah, they had a
Max Muncy of the A's doubled, and then Larry Butler just knocked them in. So we got another run. Thank you.
How crazy is it? There are 2 guys named Muncy that have the same exact name.
It's impossible. Did I ever tell you about the Midland midget? Okay. So Charlie Kerfeld was the closer for the Astros in the 80s. Big dude. He was the manager of the first play-by-play job, real play-by-play job I ever had.
Thank you.
The Grays Harbor Gulls. We were a independent league team out in Aberdeen, Washington, Hoquiam, Washington, which is where Kurt Cobain was from. So anyways, he's like, yeah, when we were in the minors, our favorite trip was always to Midland because the guys that were in the slump would go visit the Midland midget. And I'm like, what are you talking about, man? What, 6 runs?
Yep, 6 runs.
I told you that. These dudes, this is why baseball players are the scummiest athletes out there. They will hit anything to break a slump. They used to visit this little tiny person.
1 second, I'm being called.
Don't you play any music and get us in trouble. That's it. My story was just sabotaged by Fox. It was such a great story, but that's it. I can't finish it. Just complete sabotage act right there by Foxy. Boo. Boo. It's not that your opinion doesn't matter, Razor. I think your opinion means a lot. You're a pretty sharp dude. Okay. Matty gave us the Reds and Padres -1 at 7-1, a parlay. So what I'll end up doing, and I think I put $25 on it. Whatever that, what is that? I don't even know how much money that is, like 175 or something. But I'll probably end up hedging if I see the Cubs, or at least in it as the game goes on. I always like a nice 1.
Yeah, another goal for Columbus, 3-0.
Okay, let's go. Columbus.
This interesting.
Paulo Banchero to the bench. Levert's got 4 points.
Yep.
Congo's got 9, 8, and 3. 5-point lead for the Magic, 2:12 left in the third.
So can Carolina win tomorrow night to make the Thursday game mean something?
Ooh.
There goes
We
Cole.
will be heavily invested in that. What'd you give that at 55-1 for the Blue Jackets to make the playoffs?
That's correct.
Oh,
see,
geez.
Bill, since you showed up, I gave a play Saturday.
Oh, she's here.
I gave a play Saturday at Columbus to make the playoffs at 55-1.
Oh, Mel, you were killing this guy for not telling your plus 650. We're on a 55-1 ticket, Mel. 55-1, Mel. Did she give you the idea though?
I said it. I honor my friend Mel, so I can say about it since we're going Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah.
Now, what I discovered is half of Nuke the House is all on the Habs at 6-1, including Matt, including other guys.
Hold on, they're not still 6-1.
No, they were on 6-1 early in the year. So
okay, well, let's go Columbus. Probably not going to make it, but at 55-1, we'll take it.
I mean, it's down to one game. That's what it's down to. It's down as Carolina beats them, and they turn around and win a game on Thursday, which I think they have a really bad team. I think who they play, San Jose or something. I don't know. They play the Islanders.
She says all we need is Carolina to win in regulation. If that's the case, then
do they own the tiebreaker?
That'll be the first hockey game I watch from start to finish.
Canadians got a point last night, so they have 89 points, and the Jackets have 85. So a win tonight's going to give them 88 points, and they have to win Thursday. They have to win.
Carolina need to win? No.
Yes.
They do.
They can't. Yeah, Montreal can't get a point. If Montreal can't get a win, they can get a point.
Yeah, but what about Carolina? Do they need to win? Are they playing for anything?
I don't.
They might be sitting dudes.
Yeah, I mean, technically, yeah. You could argue they're playing if they're trying to beat the Lightning, but the Lightning won tonight. So for the most part, no.
Damn, dude, Mitch Marner got his 100th point of the season. Nice job, Mitch
Okay,
Marner.
to give Columbus a chance. That's what she's saying. Yes. Yeah. But even if they win, even if they win in overtime and the Canadians get another point, the Jackets are still alive because they could get a win. They can get a win on Thursday, and 91 points is more than 90. You see the Magic went on a little spurt here. Big 3 by Atlanta to end it.
Can I say something about your Sydney Sweeney take? Because you said, was it you or Matt that says she's just mid-face?
I never said she's just mid.
I must say she does not look great in season 1 of White Lotus. They might have made her not look good, but she does not look great. But in everywhere else, she's just perfect. But she does not look great in season 1 of White Lotus. I don't even know if she's wearing makeup.
Is she in season 1 of White Lotus?
I mean, I just watched it, dude. And Uncle Rico is in it. He's in seasons 1 and 3. I couldn't believe it. Uncle Rico's a terrific character, too.
That's the one in Hawaii, right?
Huh?
That's the Hawaii one, right?
The Hawaii one, yes. I mean, you don't have to look it up. I just saw it, bro.
I know, but I have to see what she looks like in that.
She doesn't look like herself. I'll just say that. She doesn't look like herself. 79-73 Magic over the Hawks. We will stick around for the fourth quarter, and then that'll be that. If you have any bets, any questions, do that. And guys, if you're watching us on YouTube, please smash the like button. We'd appreciate it. And if you cash the A's. Nice call, Foxy. 9-3 A's. It only was a matter of time. I told you the bullpen was really, really awful. Still, Soderstrom, 2 home runs. Shane Langoliers has a home run. Cash the A's. Worst bullpen out there, the White Sox.
So Crooker's got 4 2 runs. Soderstrom's got 6 RBIs, 2 home runs. Langoliers got a home run. Yep, nice.
Reds up 8-4 over the Mariners. Yankees about to close it out. 4-2 lead over the Royals with cheese.
Yeah, came in there.
Blue Jays are going to beat Schellenbacher tonight. Wow.
Yeah, because that big bottom of the 5th there where they got 5 runs.
Schellenbacher gave up 6 in 4 2/3 innings. 6 runs in 4 2/3 innings. His ERA is only up to 2.55. 2.5. That's how good that guy's been this year. Early in the season. Very early in the season. But you got a bunch of mediocre teams in baseball. I can't tell you how many teams. Astros, Cardinals, you got a 7-9 against the 8-8. Royals, Yankees, 8-9 against the 9-7. Red Sox, Rays, 8-10 versus 8-8. You know, a lot of teams just stuck in the middle to start the season. What were the Braves to start the year? Did they lose 8 in a row or 8 and 9?
Yeah, they start with the Dodgers and they went 0-3 to start the year.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So they're now 5-11. They're going to lose tonight too. It's going to be 5-12. Giants just beat the Phillies 6-4. Bryce Harper's not off to the greatest start this year, but he did hit his 3rd home run of the season. So Harper went deep. My guy Jung Ho Lee again, dude. This guy is 9th double already. Went 2 for 4 with an RBI, batting .333, 1051 OPS. I mean, what a stud.
Yeah, he's looked really good. He looked really good last year and then got hurt. But he's definitely rebounded very nicely.
He looks good. Cubs Padres in a warm-up.
Orlando's back.
6 Angels Rangers scoreless. So we've cashed a few bets. Lose a few bets. We'll see where we are.
Damn, I should have took the alt lines.
On what?
Dyson Daniels.
No. Trae Young went 3 of 11 in the first half for 10 points. He's 4 of 6 for 12 in the second half. Magic had a 22-point lead.
He's also went to the free throw line 8 times in the 3rd quarter.
Well, now it's an 8-point lead.
And he made 6. So
Paolo hasn't done much.
You got it down to 3, and then you clearly basically the little spurt to get it back up to 8, 9, the big 3 at the end to get to 6. I mean, if you're Atlanta, you got to be happy with right now where you're at because of where you started off. You were terrible.
I guess we'll wait. Let's wait to see where we are with about 5 minutes left in the game. But I do think we need to preview the Golden State game one more time because you've given out a lot of bets in that game. Actually, you know what? I got more bets in that one than the Padres game. So I guess I'm watching 2 TVs tonight. Now I am watching the game. I forgot. Good job, Fox. Way to make me watch this game.
Well, I was probably going to stay on for the first half. So
what? You're going to stay on by yourself?
Yeah, I'm fine with
Why?
that. As long as the chat's there.
Yeah, you're not doing anything. That's great.
I actually get in trouble because I didn't do the dishes before I got on the show, so I just got that.
So I'm here in Scottsdale because of a family matter right now. Yep. But for the first time ever, I mean, first of all, my parents took me and my sister to the casino today. It was great. I was like I was a little kid again. They actually gave us money to bet with. It was great. Lost my ass, but hey, it's their money. And then for the first, I'm not a big weed guy, but my dad wanted to go to the dispensary. I took my dad, 74 years old, to the dispensary for 75 years old. First time he ever went. He was in awe. He was in awe. He even told a story when he was in the reserves, when he was stationed near Fort Knox, that there was like 2 acres of marijuana fields there. So they burned it, and like the whole company just got high as shit because they burned just piles and piles. I'm like, Dad, thanks for sharing all these stories. So he had a nice time. Good for him. We had a pure degen afternoon. He's going through it, and he's going through it. So we decided to just go out and party. We had a great time today. Why am I trying to convince Fox to end the show? Oh, I'm not telling him to end the show. I'm just wondering why. Like, I guess that's what happens when you're married that long. You know, it's just like, all right, I'd rather sit in the basement. And that's what happens. That's my best friend in the whole wide world. He's been married for 20 years. He didn't even talk to his wife. She's like, I'm really happy. She's great. 12-point Magic lead. So that's the thing. Like runs in the NBA, it takes so much energy to come back from a 22-point deficit.
Correct. And the question is how much energy you have left. And it kind of the other team in the Magic, you kind of relax, you go through, and they're like, all right, now we can pick it back up. And can the other team show it that next drive of energy? And
Gerardo, I'm telling a third play from you tonight. The Murs and the Twins over 9.5. I'm going to try and type in Murs and see what it brings up. But Mets Twins 5-2, 2-on in the 7th, I want to say. Yeah, 9.5. Ooh, Gerardo, I'm in, bro. Let's go. They got a score here, though, don't they? In order to get this thing home.
Going 2 for 11.
5-3. There you go. We got another run already. Gerardo, my man. Let's go. 2 more runs. Let's get it home. Gerardo. Did our soccer plays start yet?
Yeah, they have started.
How are we doing there?
They're playing. They're kicking the ball around.
You really got to listen for Fox. A funny guy. You got to listen very closely for the sarcasm. Very closely for the sarcasm. Oh boy, there's nothing better than sarcasm. Kids don't get it though. You shouldn't be that sarcastic around little kids because they got no idea what you're talking about. My son has no clue. I'll throw him some sarcasm. He's like, "You're joking, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." Sister's dying laughing at a joke, and he's just like, "You're joking, right?" Don't use sarcasm with little kids. They don't get it. It's my tip of the day.
Yeah, last time I looked, it was 0-0 on every game.
Morant, Bain, Pippen, Jackson, Edey. Starting lineup for the Grizz. Moody's playing tonight. Warriors going with Curry, Pods, Butler, Moody, Green. That's not a bad lineup.
It's not at all. So again, Curry should be able to get his. Again, the question you have to look. One, everybody's line got inflated. So you get to the playoffs, you know you're going to get extra minutes. So everybody's line is up above what it is normally for the season. If you're watching any part of this game, and Curry is almost becoming a primary 3-point shooter. He either does that or he gets to the foul line. Yes, he scored 36 versus the Clippers. He had 7 threes. That's why he got his points. You look at his other game. He got 14 versus Portland. Why? He only had 2 threes. He got 30 versus Spurs. Why? Because he hit 5 threes. Took 10 free throw shots in that game too. So if you want to take the 28.5, fine. Go at it. Have at it. There's no issue. The thing I would like would probably be his assist, but they put it at 5.5. He's generally been getting 6. I would like to bet 7 if I was going to bet that, but Butler's been getting more assists lately. And there, you're almost basically going to say it's like going to be an over 3.5 threes play. Really, if you think he's going to be that involved. I mean, if you want to nibble on the points, that's there. But they put his threes at 6. Like, that's as people are asking why nothing on Curry, and it's like, please tell me what you like that you see that you have. I mean, maybe points assist. You can have it. He's hit it one time in the last 7 games.
He's bet the under then.
Yes, it's a playoff game. How many unders have you ever seen me bet?
Bet the freaking under if he's not going to hit it.
If I bet, that's going to be a freaking whole time sweat. That whole entire thing. Betting for him to miss shots, and I just can't do that. So in my A's, I'm not playing anything on Curry. I'm tempted to nibble the 7 assists, see if he gets that extra assist being played. I like the other bets that I played more and like Ja, those kind of things that's going through. So, yeah.
Austin G, I got my 5-year-old son toy grenades. I'm ready to launch when Ja hits a 3. Why don't you wait till he hits his 3rd 3? Because that's what we're on.
Yeah.
No, Holden Azuma Thurman said in Pulp Fiction, that's how you know you found someone special, when you can sit comfortably in total silence, not talking to each other. Does that include reading books in bed?
I don't go to bed.
You just don't. What do you sleep? 3 hours a night?
No, I sleep more than 3, but I generally go to bed around 1.
Yeah.
1, and then I'm up around 8.
Okay, so at least you could sleep in a little bit. I've just never been able to function waking. I did morning radio for a while. It was the worst thing I've ever done. Waking up at fucking 4:45 in the morning. It's awful. You have to nap every day. You're fucking sluggish. Nah, it's the worst. Waking up early sucks. I know a lot of successful people do it, but I don't understand how. I'd much rather stay up late at night and watch games than go to bed early and wake up early. Your Devils won. Way to go, Matt W. Hopefully you had some money.
Royals have now scored 3 runs and 6-3 going into the 9th inning.
Okay.
You're not dead, but it's not great.
You're not dead, but yeah. The Rays are basically dead. Caminero done. Yep. So we got the Quan home. The Caminero didn't get home.
Yep.
The Mets stranded 2 more
that you've never seen.
What's that?
It said barring the biggest 9th inning you've ever seen. And it started off right. You got Magnum, you got Wisner.
That's not good.
Each getting hits. So yeah, it is. It's 2nd and 3rd, no outs. Please do not let Taylor Walls hit for at bats. The next 2 guys suck.
Are you on the Rays or something?
No, but I always watch the Rays.
87-77. 9 to play. Magic over the Hawks.
Yep.
Wagner has 10-9. Boncaro 12-8-6. 12 points, dude. Trey got to 24. And Paolo's going to be coming in soon. He just isn't shooting tonight, man. He's just not hitting his shots. I don't know how we back him.
Because he's been on fire. This game, he's just been terrible. He might get a triple-double and not cash. The guy they generally go down to the stretch, by the way, is Wagner. So I've got Wagner to get 15 points in this game. Looks like he's going to get a double as well. Yes.
When did you bet that?
3rd quarter. You can still bet it now.
Franz Wagner. That's one of the more German names you're ever going to hear. Franz Wagner. All right. Franz Wagner.
I'll give that as a play now.
What? Franz Wagner?
Yep.
The score 15, but it's minus 132. Let me see if DraftKings has a better number.
Minus 120 on FanDuel.
See, I got minus 132.
I'm literally betting it right now. Now it changed.
What is it?
I just bet it. Now it's minus 132, but it was just minus 120.
How good of a bet is this? Great bet. Let's go make up some Paolo money with Franz. 15 points.
Yep.
15 points for Wagner. Let's go, bro. I threw a unit down.
Yep. It's at a half, but okay. Let's chase this.
What?
We're fine. Trace
And a half. 20. What and a half?
I threw a half unit. That's what I said.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Hold it, says Mel. If the Wild lose in regulation, you must live bet the Flames if they're still down a goal or tied. I don't know if I can pay attention to that right now, Mel. If you want to throw it in the chat, that would be awesome. Hold on. If the Wild lose in regulation.
Third, yes. Okay. So what he's saying is basically, and when he's talking about the Flames game, the Flame is down 1 right now to Vegas.
Okay. So she's talking about the Wild.
Correct, because the Flames need to win in order to try to get in here.
And Minnesota's tied.
Yep.
With Anaheim.
So the Wild's up by 3 goals right now. 3 points right now.
Gerardo's hooking us up with Guadalajara.
He's telling us what Guadalajara's up 1.
Are we on Guadalajara?
I believe that was part of your parlay bet.
I hope so. I don't know what I bet. It's freaking soccer, man. I just tailed Gerardo because he's a smart guy.
The Knights have nothing to play for. So if Minnesota loses, Calgary's game now becomes really big for them to have a chance to get in the playoffs. So that's why she's saying you have to bet Calgary because he thinks they're. Yeah. Granted, you're probably going to be looking at third period betting or the end of the second. Here comes Palo. Double coverage. Here comes Franz. Franz into the paint.
Maybe we get one more Caminero.
Air ball.
And
Wendelberger catches the air ball and he scores. Looping the harm.
Fadeaway air ball from 8 feet.
Yep.
It's impressive.
Yep.
What's all Franzi sitting at right now? 10, right?
Yeah. Looks like they started to give him an assist on the air ball. I was like, you can't give him an assist on the air ball.
Let's see here. Jimmy Butler. His prop's just sitting where it is. It's not moving at all. Rays scored a run, but they're down to their final out.
Well, the question is, Matt, who owns the tiebreaker between the Wild and the Flames? Because if the Flames win, it'd be 95 points. The Wild would have 95 points. Who owns the tiebreaker? With the Wild having one more game left and the Flames having one more game left, they're definitely not dead. So even if there's not a tiebreaker.
Deshaun Kiersey Jr. steals a base. Okay.
Yeah. Why do the Wild must lose in the regulation, though? Because to me, the Wild have 95 points. The Flames have 92 points. A win is worth 3. Oh, okay, because you're going if a tie.
Austin G wants to see Paolo with an elite point guard. Who, Trey Young?
I don't think they'd ever do with Trey Young, which they're having Jalen Suggs.
We got a 3-point play coming up for Paolo. He's up to 14, 8, and 6. That's 28 PRA.
So I'm still trying to notice. Even if the Wild go take this to overtime and they get a point, they get 96 points. Flames have 92 points. If the Flames come back and win, they would have 95 points and 96 points, but each have one more game. So they have to still be alive.
It's unexplainable.
I still don't see how you would clinch a playoff game if there's essentially this game and the next game.
Just go with it, Foxy. Just go with it, bro. 14-point lead for the Magic. Okay. You want to give the breakdown of the Golden State game now? Or do you want to wait till the game's over?
I thought I did, but hold on a second.
Because if this thing gets to 20, I'm done. I'm going to go spend my time with family. Foxy, on the other hand, wants to stay on all night.
No, not all night, but just looking at something.
All right, let me update you on a couple things here. Magic leading the Hawks 95-81, just under 8 minutes to play there. Paolo's had a rough night from the field. He's got 14, 8, and 6. We live bet Franz Wagner to get 15 points. He's got 10 right now. We've got the over 9.5. Oh, Gerardo, we would have gone over if Deshaun Kersey Jr.'s stolen base was not overturned. So 6-3 Twins. We're still in a good spot, Gerardo. Still in a good spot. Okay. Let's go. Let's go baseball. Ray's still not dead yet. Oh, Junior Camanero's on deck, buddy. If we can get one more guy on, the Caminero bet's not dead.
I still don't know how that's going to baffle me.
What's going to baffle you? How baffled are you?
A tie is worth 1 point. Okay? If you have 88 points and you get 1 point for a tie, now you have 89 points. Calgary has 85 points. If they win, if you come back and win, they'd have 88 points. They'd be 1 point away with 1 game left. I maybe they clinch a tie because they clinched over the Blues, and maybe that's how they clinch a playoff spot. But Calgary still has the ability to get 91 points, which would be more than the 89 points that the Wild have.
Huh?
That doesn't make sense to me. So maybe that would be because they would take the Blues spot. Okay. That's the only thing I'm going with. Did the Blues win or lose? They're 1-4-1.
By the way, you want to talk about a great outing on the mound tonight. It's been a little combo platter, but Quinn Priester gave up 1 hit over 5 innings. And right now the Tigers have 1 hit in the bottom of the 7th. They're playing on the road too. So Tigers offense has gone doo-doo. They're 10-6 though. Very good start for Detroit.
Okay.
What? Is your mind just blown right now? You can't do the math, can you? You can't comprehend what he's saying, what Pretzel's saying in the chat.
With Calgary having 2 games left. Calgary had 1 game left. It makes sense. I know it's reported, and I really NHL has reported that. Wins are 2 points, correct? But if they
can I read his messages? Then you can respond to me.
Okay,
wins are 2 points, Fox. Regulation wins are 205.
Okay. I'm thinking soccer. Sorry, soccer's killing me.
Oh, so you just railroaded this poor guy for 5 minutes, and he was right. Way to go, Pretzel.
Oh, the Vert's got 7. Let's go.
Hold on. Who am I rooting against? D-Money? D-Money didn't show up tonight. D-Money needs to come back. Just because D-Money lost the bet that I tailed doesn't mean he's not a good bettor. But I'm definitely rooting. Did you win, by the way, your league?
Yes.
Congratulations. Glad I was rooting for you over D-Money.
Yep.
Don't want to back a loser. Don't want to do that. But Paolo's a loser tonight. Maybe a winner in the game of life. 15, 8, and 6 for Mr. Boncaro. Wagner needs to fucking do something here, man.
Yeah, it's an assist.
No, don't help us there. A Kongwu 11 and 8. Levert 7 points. Levert's on the floor too.
Wagner has his double-double.
Okay.
Still 6 minutes left in this game.
Yeah, there is. And
3, and he broke it. He's 5 of 14. He's not.
I'd like to forget that this game happened.
Dyson Daniels got that 10.5 rebounds alone.
What we got in the late slate? If you bet Matty's parlay at 7-1 today, it's the Reds -1, Padres -1. Reds cash, they won 8-4, and now the Cubs and the Padres underway scoreless in the second inning.
Caminero never gets up. The game's over 7-4.
Boo, Caminero. So 1-1 on the hits, runs, and RBIs so far.
Yep.
And then Bush should be up right now. Matt Bush is up right now.
Oh, that's right. That already started.
Yeah, and I think Bush was just retired. That's 0-1.
He lined out the Boston.
So 1 out there.
Yep.
The Mets, we need another run for Gerardo's bet to cash. It's our bet too because I tailed 6-3. We got over 9.5 live from Gerardo, Rico Suave. I would play the song Rico Suave right now, but I don't want to get in trouble.
Another brick free throw. Pushes it up.
Mel taking shots at Fox. What a great rivalry. Friendly rivalry. Fox will stay on late to rip you and not trust you. Fox really does need to confirm it himself. If that's one thing I've learned from Fox, I can be like, dude, I saw this last night. And then he's like, I don't know who said that. And I'm like, it's me. And then he'll go and look it up anyways.
Yeah. That's it. That ends at 19 points here. That'll be it for the Magic. All right.
All right, do Golden State one more time since this game is toast.
All right, this game is over. So this game to me is two closers for the Warriors with Curry and Butler. I think that the end of the game, Golden State's going to be the team that basically be able to score more consistently. Ja's going to get his points. I like his threes. I won't be surprised if he gets 4 threes tonight. 26.5 points. I've nibbled that. It's still a lot of points. But this is going to have to be a 30-point night for him to keep Memphis in this game. Desmond Bane's probably going to have a pretty good game, but his prop's pretty high. Definitely going to probably contribute on rebounds, assists tonight. That might be something to take a look at. I think Zach Edey and Jared Jackson is the key to the game for Memphis. They have to stay in the game, but both those guys generally get into foul trouble pretty easily. Edey over 10.5 boards. He's hit over 10.5 boards in every game, but 1 since the coaching change. He's also been on the floor longer. It'll be interesting to see whether he does stay on the floor because Draymond Green's going to sit in the corner. Him over 1.5 threes is something I took personally. I think he's going to get 4 or 5 attempts tonight. Wide open looks. It's just going to be a question whether he can make them. I don't think this is a very big Podziemski game or Moses Moody. If you want to nibble at their 2 threes, it's probably fine. That's probably where they contribute the most. Butler over 21.5 points is a play we took as well. I'm interested to see if Jaren Jackson can stay in the game because on paper, there's nobody that they have to really match him. Boy, did Cole Anthony just explode. He's got 20 plus this game. And I think this game goes over. I think Memphis is going to want to play with a really fast pace. I don't think Curry plays a lot of defense. It's at this age in his life. I still don't think that's going to stop. So I like a Golden State to cover the 6.5. I could see a game where Golden State's up by 4 or 5 at halftime, probably wins the third quarter, and in the fourth quarter, just trying to take some up.
It is now.
Steph doesn't run over the court. He doesn't do that anymore. If you're watching any of the games, Steph's not running around getting there. He's coming off some screens and different things of that nature, which, by the way, Draymond's Green screen, if you guys think I'm bad against Luka, almost every one of Draymond's screens is illegal. It's his feet are too wide past his body. He also moves on every single screen so early. It's unbelievable. But I think Curry has a good game, but I'm not taking Curry to score 6 threes. That's really not – there are 28.5 points. I think there's a lot of other options and a lot of other mouths to feed. I would probably take his assist if I was going to look at anything, but it's so juiced at 5.5. I nibbled the 7 assists personally, but yeah, I think the Dubs win the game, and I think they cover the 6.5 fairly easy. The way Memphis stays in the game is if Jaren Jackson and Edey don't have foul trouble, the Dubs will have no answer for those guys down low. So
109.87. Orlando is completely crushing Atlanta. 4.5 to play. I don't know if Franz Wagner is going to get 5 points for us, but
he just got an and 1.
Well, you know what? I don't know if it's going to happen, but there's a lot better chance of it happening since I started talking 20 seconds ago. Actually, it happened before that, but he's ahead of me.
Yeah. Question is, does he get pulled right after this free?
Trae Young got ejected.
Yeah, he got on the last one.
Two texts. Draymond won't be able to bully Edey. Agree or disagree with that statement?
So Draymond is going to he's going to try to get in Edey's head. I mean, that's going to be his whole game. It is every time he steps on the floor. But the issue is Golden State's going to stick Draymond in the corner, and Edey's not going to go out on the perimeter and guard 3-point shooting. So
give it to Wagner.
So you have multiple things, and I don't think it'll be Draymond's going to be there. Butler's probably going to help. Edey has not been a great low post scorer. Most of his points come off offensive rebounds. His ability to limit Golden State's offensive rebounds, it's going to be big. But again, he's going to have to stay on the floor. So I'm interested to see how Edey does tonight.
So let me give a quick plug here. If you want all of Fox's pre-flop plays, Keg, Coop, Matty, and Zargo, we cover just about every sport. NASCAR is a big one here. Golf, the golf is a big one. We had Bryson at 21-1, and then I hedged with Rory at about a 2-1 price. So that helped out with the Masters this past week. We've got Major League Baseball, NBA. We got our chat on NHL. And Foxy making some good bets too. So we do just about every sport here. Big time NFL, college football guys over here as well. But if you want to join, go to nukethehouse.com. We will send you real-time in-game betting notifications. So you do not even have to watch these shows. Pre-flop bets, in-game bets. It's the only two type of bets I know. And we'll send them right to your phone with Discord notifications. So if you want to check us out, nukethehouse.com. NASCAR is back is the code. NASCAR is back. Coop hit a Rory parlay ticket at 46-1. One of those hit. Oh, my God, Coop.
Nice.
Coop McCooperson. Hitting. Yeah. He usually hits a couple of those a year. 40-1, 81, 120-1. And I mean, that's a 46-1. And you place these bets and you're just like, oh man, there's 10 plays. It's just 10 plays and 10 different parlays. And then it hits and you're like, oh yeah, that's why I did it.
Yeah.
But it's not for the faint of heart because you can
came out really well.
You can lose a lot of money and then boom, you just have to stick with it. You can't drop it. Oh, Franz just sat down, didn't he? Motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, they're only up by what, 26?
Yeah.
So Franz gets 13. Actually gets 11.
They didn't give me N1.
Yeah, what was that?
All right. Are you staying on?
No, I'm going to drop off.
You're going to get out of here? All right. This game's just about over. So, again, I'll be sweating the Padres -1. We got a 7-1 parlay from Matt. The Reds -1 already cashed. I'll be watching. Now I am watching Golden State Memphis because Foxy got us on a butt ton of plays. And then I'm hoping the Mets or the Twins can get a run across for us so we can get over this 9.5 live from Gerardo and the Twins and Mets. and I will just look in my DraftKings app to see if the soccer bet's cashed. I don't even know where to find Mexican League soccer. Do you just need like a really strong antenna? Where do you watch Mexican League soccer? Do they stream it?
Nice.
Nice,
plus, isn't it?
nice job, Pretzel. Biggest single ticket I've won dollar-wise.
I'll be back tomorrow night. I'll get my gloves ready. We'll be ready to go.
Yeah, Foxy will be on tomorrow night. Matty will be with him. Then we'll see about Thursday. You got anything going on Thursday, or what do you want to do?
Thursdays, there's nothing on.
There's nothing on Thursday, so we're doing tonight and tomorrow. I should actually hop on for a little bit tomorrow. We'll see if
Thursday we got hockey and
we're not doing a show Thursday. Tuesday, Wednesday shows this week.
Yeah,
and then Peacock.
Don't start till Saturday.
I have Peacock.
Yep,
it's crazy. How did I never find Mexican soccer? Who knows? All right, buddy. Good show tonight. Very good show tonight.
Yep.
Matty will be hanging out with Foxy. We got the 2 playing games tomorrow as well. And we have some day baseball and some night baseball. Check us out, nukethehouse.com. NASCAR is back as the code if you want to check it out. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Nuke the House. And on your way out, make sure you bang the like button. We really appreciate it. See you, Foxy. Great job.
See you. Yeah,
always good to see you. Sean Fox, everybody.
Same with you. Yep.
Night.